Sports.
Back here at Beloit Trojan Field, Devin Haney, Russ Kossel here as we go through pregame of this Trojan battle in the NCAA. It's not a lot of times you have league games left anymore, the way high school football is ran by the State Activities Association, but this is one game that remains on the schedule, at least this year and next year, and that is Southeast of Saline and Beloit. You might remember last year, Southeast of Saline came into this very stadium in week number 2, and they fell behind early, but they were able to defeat the Beloit Trojans by ending on a 36-0 run. The final score of that game 1 year ago was 36-6. Southeast of Saline comes in. They face a Beloit team that made the 2A state championship game a year ago. They lost to Rossville in that championship game. Brad Gober's squad finished 9-4 as the state runner-up 1 year ago. Benson Barrett ran for 1,800 yards. He returns, but at game time, he did not have pads on, and he does not look like he is going to play here tonight. Beloit began their season on the road at Ellsworth last week. They lost 14-6, and this was a game where Ellsworth only mustered 130 yards. They only had one offensive touchdown. Beloit had the ball with about a minute and a half left, and Ellsworth got a pick six for a touchdown to make the final score 14-6 Bearcats. Southeast of Saline has won 6 of the last 7 games against the Beloit Trojans. Mitch Gephardt's squad has also won 4 in a row against the Beloit Trojans. Game time weather for you, 82 degrees here at kickoff. There is a deceiving wind. If you are on the Southeast of Saline side of things, you are feeling it right in your face as it blows from the north into the Southeast of Saline sideline, 15 to 20 miles per hour. It's 82 degrees. By the time this thing is over, it will be down around 68 degrees, and the wind will stay consistent. It will not drop off as the sun goes down here tonight. And Russ, as we walk the field, walk the stadium before the game, one thing that we realized is where we are sitting right next to the press box, we are not getting a lot of wind. I want to make it clear we are outside, so I don't want people to think, well, you're in the press box, you're not going to get wind, idiot. We are outside. We are not catching much of the wind. There's a tree line behind us, but when you look at the American flag on the east end of the field and all the flags that spell out Trojans for Beloit, they are whipping around pretty good, and as you go down on the sideline, that wind was prevalent, and it also is about 20 degrees cooler downfield level.
Yeah, and it about the 50-yard line on back to the west towards the scoreboard side is all in the shade, and then to the east all in the sun, and flag stretched all the way out. The cord it's on stretched all the way out, just straight almost out of the kind of northeast. And, yeah, we just got a very nice wind block that didn't help us out much when we got here. Quite warm up here, but, yeah, walking around the field, you can definitely notice it down there.
This is an east-west field. We talk about that quite a bit. There are other fields around. You told me Tesket has an east-west field. Chapman has an east-west field. Beloit has an east-west field. And what you have to account for when you play on an east-west field is just that wind is going to go across the field, crossways. But also one team will start out looking into the sun. And right now, to start out, it will not be Southeast of Saline as they have won the toss and they have deferred. Beloit will start out with the football, and they will be coming with the sun at their backs. It won't be long before that sun is behind the tree line here on the west end of the stadium. So maybe when Beloit's possession is done, that sun won't be a factor. But until then, Southeast of Saline's defense will have to look into the sun as they come out and they defend. They will kick off to start this football game. Glad you could join us for Southeast of Saline football as we are here in Beloit. If you want live stream video of tonight's contest, it is on SalinaPost.com, and it's brought to you by Salina Ortho. If you're suffering from lower range of motion in your knee, you want to go and schedule a consultation with the professionals at Salina Ortho. You can visit them online at SalinaOrtho.com and schedule online today. What are the keys to success here, Russ? Brought to you by New Image Audio. I know this is always such a physical battle.
Yeah, I think you got to win the line of scrimmage. It's gonna. And you heard when you had your conversation with the Beloit radio guy that his keys to victory also were you got to win in the trenches. Beloit goes fast. They come out. All 11 guys are within the hash marks. Last week, if I recall, they didn't throw the ball or complete a pass one time last week. So you're going to come out and you got to win the trenches. The new line for Southeast, yeah, they set the tone last week late in the second half, but they're going to have to this week, I think, really button down the hatches and win at the line of scrimmage.
That's a good point. This is a Beloit team. They kind of wavered back and forth in Brad Gober's first couple of years. This is his 6th season. I know they went to a spread for a while, and then halfway through the year, they kind of went back to the old traditional offense that they ran with Coach Greg Koenig, and everything is within the hash marks. They might run a T, they might run a double wing, they might run a staggered formation. But they run a couple of tight ends, couple of wing backs, 3 running backs. It's a mixture of all that, but it is a compact formation. Here's the kickoff. Beloit will take it back at their own 15-yard line to the 20, and then a big hit by Southeast of Saline. Coming down the field and coming downhill was Kendall Miniman, as he makes a big hit on special teams, a newcomer to Southeast of Saline's team this season.
He had a great kick right there by Wyatt Boyd, only about a 9-yard return. And see now Southeast has a Beloit going to go fast. Their center's already broke the huddle.
The center will stay at the ball, and the rest of the team, the other 10 men, will run to the line of scrimmage and then have a cadence and a snap count. Delayed handoff into the backfield. The quarterback on that play, Quinn Eilert, nearly got hit as he held onto that football for a long time, and it goes to Demetrius Dunnigan. Dunnigan listed as the fullback, but he will be all over the place in this game. He lost about a half a yard.
And we were kind of watching. We noticed their tight end that played last week is out this week, and they have a rather large tight end. Brody Litton is 6'5", 230-pound freshman playing tight end.
Field level, he is a monster, and as you said, just a freshman on this Beloit team. Now the referee, as Beloit breaks the huddle for the second time, he is going to call an official timeout and point over to the Beloit sideline. He is going to flag somebody out there. It is Christian Mears who he's going to send to the sideline.
I'm not sure what he had to come out for, maybe blood or something on the side of his leg, it looks like.
Beloit wearing all black, Southeast of Saline wearing all white. It's another handoff, and again, Quinn Eilert gets hit before he even hands the football off. He does get the football away, though, and it's going to be another loss, a 2-yard loss this time for the Beloit Trojans.
And it might have been Matt Chambers busting through the line, which really that front 3 for Southeast was all, before Eilert could almost hand the ball off, he was being pulled down from behind.
Couldn't see who the ball carrier was there. It's pretty much just 22 guys right now in a big old scrum. Here's Eilert back to pass. He's going to be under pressure. He tries to get away. He does get back to the line of scrimmage, and then he is tackled down from behind by Landon Allen. Allen caught him from behind. Eilert might have had some space to run there and get a positive gain on the play, but he's going to get maybe 2 of the 3 yards that they lost back, and it will be 4th down for the Beloit Trojans. Eilert has the first positive play of the game for the Trojans. Ball sitting on the 29, punt formation now. Luke Gebhardt and Daniel Kerr both back to receive this kick. Here's a punt that's blocked. Comes off the foot of Aerosmith that time, and it's going to be blocked by Southeast of Saline, and the Trojans will take over at the Beloit 37-yard line.
Yeah, and I couldn't tell if that was Tucker Thaxton or Cameron Whitty. They were both back there at the same time, but a great job. You heard your conversation with Coach Mitch Gebhardt saying special teams needed to improve, and I say so far 2 for 2, off to a pretty good start.
They're going to put this down actually at the 38. And Southeast of Saline will start out. They'll go 3 wide receivers. Logan Allen stays in tight. Luke Gebhardt, the quarterback. He'll hand it off to Nate Friesen. Friesen off the left-hand side. Plunges ahead to the 35-yard line. He'll gain 3 on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 7 for Southeast.
Grady Seifert right there able to break through the line pretty easily, and luckily Friesen was able to run by him.
Here's Southeast trying to pass it off to the left-hand side, looking for Tucker Thaxton, and that is going to be incomplete. All of a sudden now, after a 3-yard gain on first down and an incomplete pass, it's going to be 3rd down and 7 for the Trojans.
And that ball kind of never came on its way down. Like you said, the wind is blowing hard down there on the field, and it looked like the ball out of Luke's hand just kind of tailed up in the air over Thaxton's head.
3rd down and 7. Football sitting at the 35-yard line in Beloit territory. You want to think it's 4-down territory here for the purple guys. Here's the read option. Luke Gebhardt's going to have it. He's going to be taken down just after he gains a half a yard on the play. It'll be 4th down and 6. Graydon Seifert in on the tackle. They're going to put it down at the 35, so minimal to no gain on the play for Luke Gebhardt on that carry.
Man, Devin, this is an awful lot like the game that started off last year, just like this.
Only Southeast has the ball. Remember, they hardly touched the ball in the first half last year. Here's Gebhardt rolling out, looks to the right-hand side, has his brother, Jake. Jake will have it out of bounds at the 24-yard line. It's a 1st down, and a flag is going to fly in the middle of the field. The official coming to the near sideline. He will talk it over with his crew, and they will make a call. It will be holding against Southeast of Saline. Southeast had more than enough. They got the first down by about 4 yards, and will be holding against the Southeast Trojans. Beloit will have to accept this penalty to drive Southeast of Saline back now for a 4th and long.
Yeah, really no pressure there on the rush as kind of everybody for Beloit kind of dropped back.
So it is holding. Nice little rollout that time by Luke Gebhardt. But, Russ, as you know, when you're an offensive lineman in that formation and you have a quarterback rolling out, you have to be extremely disciplined.
Yeah, you have to not only pay attention so you don't get past that 1 or 2 yard buffer that you have, but you have to keep your head on a swivel and you have to know where everybody's at.
That's going to put the ball back on the 45 for Southeast of Saline, and it will change their minds. Southeast of Saline now will put Luke Gebhardt in punt formation. He is standing back at his own 43-yard line. Snap comes back from Mac Chambers. It's a beautiful one right into the breadbasket of Luke Gebhardt. Here's the punt. It'll take a Southeast of Saline bounce, now go to the right, and it will end up just inside of the 15-yard line where Southeast of Saline will pin the Beloit Trojans back for the second possession of the night. So 2 empty possessions by these two teams, and as we mentioned, even though Beloit lost last week to Ellsworth, that Trojan defense for Beloit only gave up 130 yards. They look good right there against these Southeast Trojans.
Yeah, that's one drive apiece for each team, and Southeast having negative yards by the penalty and Beloit having 0 yards. So
center back out for Beloit. Here comes the rest of the crew. They sprint to the line of scrimmage. Beloit will run it off the left-hand side, off the guard and tackle, and then brought down at the 18-yard line after a gain of 4. Ball carrier on that play is going to be Arrowsmith for Beloit. Logan Arrowsmith, a senior.
And some I've noticed, maybe the defensive line for Southeast is able to break through pretty easy, but it looks like they have their heads down just a little bit and are running right past the ball carrier.
Line of scrimmage is the 18, but the center picked the football up and moved it ahead to the 19 when he took a stance. Here's the give to Arrowsmith. He's going to come across the line of scrimmage and gain 2 on the play to the 21-yard line.
That was something you and I talked about during pregame. We saw them running their plays, and their center would pick the ball up and kind of move it ahead a yard when, I don't know, maybe the rules had changed, but I thought you could just roll it so you could grab it where you could place it where you wanted.
Not supposed to be able to gain any yardage that way, are you? Here comes the center again. It is Wesley Adolph again. He is breaking the huddle, and he is out there before anybody else. He'll snap it back again. Eilert this time looking to hand it off, and as we talked about on that first possession, the handoffs take a long time, and Southeast of Saline is not respecting any of that play as they come in and make a big, big hit back inside the 20-yard line. And it's a name you heard all night long 1 week ago, Russ. It's Josiah Monday.
Yeah, and Coach, you heard Coach in pregame. He was a wide receiver last year, and they said it would be better for you and the team if we moved you in on the line, and just a great job.
Here's the punt now from Beloit, and it is a bad one. It takes a left hook. It's going to bounce at the 38. Now take a Beloit Trojan bounce across the 40 to the 42-yard line. So after all that and that exchange, everything pretty much washes out. Southeast of Saline is going to take over at the Beloit 42-yard line, where they started their first drive of the contest. Still playing this whole contest in the first quarter with 7:20 left to go on one side of the 50. We're on the west side of the field.
Yeah, I guess they decided they wanted to play in the shade this whole first quarter until the sun actually went behind the trees.
And it is almost getting there. There's a portion of the field and just in the eyes of quarterback Luke Gebhardt, who is in the pistol. Fake pitch out to Nate Friesen. He rolls to the left, goes over to the middle field. There's Michael Murray at the 31. Puts on the Jets to the 25-20, looking to the sideline, and he's going to be thrown out of bounds at the 15. There's Michael Murray with his head above water for the first time tonight, and a big, big gain for Southeast of Saline of 27 yards.
Yeah, and a great job on that delayed route by Murray running across the middle of the field in a little drag route. Southeast now going to go quick.
First completion of the game for Southeast. Gebhardt rolling right this time, looking for more to the end zone. Brother Jake in the end zone. And it's a 15-yard touchdown in 2 plays. Southeast of Saline covers 42 yards, and they're in the end zone on a pass left and a pass right. Touchdown Southeast. Gebhardt to Gebhardt.
And it's hard to defend the pass if you don't throw the pass in practice. You mention that to me every time. You can't defend it if you don't work on it in practice. And just a great job right there. 2 plays, wide open wide receivers, 42 yards in 2 plays. Excellent job for Southeast.
Extra point pending. The swinging gate lined up. Landon Allen will be the center here. Friesen, Luke Gebhardt, Directly behind him, Gebhardt will plunge ahead, and Luke Gebhardt will have a 2-point conversion. Our first score of the game, 7:05 left to play here in the opening quarter. Southeast of Saline on a 2-play drive. Goes down the field. It only took 15 seconds, as you heard it right here on KINA.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses acquire relief loans to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
You're listening to Trojan Football on KINA Sports.
2-play drive for Southeast of Saline on their second possession of the game. Luke Gebhardt to Jake Gebhardt. The senior twin brothers hook up for a 15-yard touchdown. It was all set up by Michael Murray's 27-yard reception. And Southeast of Saline is on the board 8-0. Wyatt Boyd with his hand in the air. He'll kick this one off. This is a beautiful kick from Wyatt Boyd as he uncorks it. He'll drive Beloit's Logan Aerosmith back within the 5. He's out to the 10, 15, now crosses the 20. He is tattooed there at the 24-yard line where the Beloit Trojans will come out and start their third drive of the game. Quite a 180 from first drive to second drive for Southeast of Saline on offense.
Yeah, just, you pick up 42 yards there on 2 pass plays, so a great job on play calling right there by Mitch Gebhardt going, you can't defend the pass. Gebhardt might have a day throwing the ball.
Beloit comes out for their third drive of the game. They will start at their own 23-yard line. Split backs in the backfield. They'll hand it off to Dunnigan. He'll try it off the left-hand side. He drops the football, but it looks like a teammate will bail him out here. That ball bouncing down the middle of the field, and the left tackle comes over and gets the ball for him. That looks like Eli Johnson recovering the fumble that time at the 29-yard line. It's a gain of 6.
Yeah, and he actually recovered that almost at the first down marker, but you can't fumble and advance the ball in high school football, so they're going to mark it down about the 36-yard line.
29.
That's what I meant.
I got you. 6:25 left to go, first quarter. Beloit breaking the huddle, 10 guys running to the line of scrimmage, a lot like the Andale Indians do in their offense. Here's the inside handoff, once again working off that left-hand side, and a lot of big hits in the middle of that pile as Beloit's going to cross from the 29 to the 31. Logan Aerosmith gets 2 yards on the play. 3 hard carries for Logan Aerosmith so far in this game, 7 yards. Again, Benson Barrett, 1,800 yards a year ago in his junior season. Not playing here tonight. They are also without Maddox Waters, a big junior 6'4" tight end. 3rd down and 3 coming up here now for the Beloit Trojans. Southeast defense coming up. They get penetration. Logan Aerosmith trying to look for daylight, and all he sees is white jerseys. The Southeast defense in there once again. They will throw Aerosmith for a loss of 2, and it will be 4th down once again for the Trojans of Beloit.
Quarterback Quinn Eiler's got about 4 to 6 arms on him before he can even hand the ball off. So when you know that they don't throw the ball, you can commit and stack 8-9 guys in the box and just plug every hole.
Trevor Keller in on the tackle. Beloit keeping their offense out there. It's 4th down and 4. I think you got to be wary of a hard count here. Eiler looking around, bobbing the head, under center, trying to get Southeast to bounce. So far, the Trojans on Southeast side, very disciplined. They're clapping their hands now. Caden Isaacson stuck his foot in there, then backed out, started clapping his hands, telling his defensive mates, great job, everybody. We stayed. And now Beloit will call a timeout and probably bring out the punt unit. First time out of the half for the Beloit Trojans. We'll take it as well. 30 seconds. Back with more Trojan football on KINA.
Put up more hay crop in less time with the Case IH Premium Round Balers. The RB565 Premium Round Baler from Case IH consistently builds bales even in varying crop and field conditions. With an overshot feeder and 5-bar pickup, the Case IH RB565 Premium Round Baler allows you to maximize your productivity on every pass. To find out more on the Case IH RB565 Premium Round Baler, see Can Equip in Salina.
You are listening to Southeast Trojan Football on KINA Sports.
Welcome back to Beloit Trojan Stadium. Southeast of Saline leads the Beloit Trojans 8-0 as you hear it here on KINA. Also live stream video with the radio broadcast all paired up in a beautiful fashion thanks to our own Brian Dennett on SalinaPost.com. That's presented by Salina Ortho. Logan Aerosmith now in punt formation. Luke Gebhardt, Daniel Kerr back deep for Southeast of Saline. They stand in their own 45-yard line. Here's the kick. It's going to angle to the right, and this is a pretty good kick by Aerosmith. A lot better than the first punt that Beloit had, and it's going to take a right turn and go out of bounds at the 37-yard line. Southeast of Saline will back up, and this will be the first time in this game that we will see a line of scrimmage on the east end of the field.
Yeah, this game's, like you said, been played on the west side now, and see if Southeast, what kind of adjustments they make now with those two pass plays on the last drive that were wide open, one in the middle and one in the corner of the end zone.
You have to know there's probably something there that Southeast of Saline saw that they like and they want to go back to. They're already lined up with 4 wide receivers to the right-hand side. It's the long side of the field, and a single to the left. That's Tucker Thaxton. Friesen, Allen, Murray, Jake Gebhardt all to the right. Luke Gebhardt, empty backfield. He'll roll to the right. Has some pressure on him already. He has to outrun a couple of defenders. He's going to uncork it to Logan Allen, who catches it for an 11-yard gain. Landon Allen just sat down in the middle of that zone and knew exactly where he had to be and got 11 yards.
Yeah, it was like they ran 4 corners right there, and Landon just kind of sat down. He's now Southeast snapping the ball again.
Landon Allen's first catch of the night. Here's a penalty flag. Now another one. They go back to Allen on the left-hand side. He's breaking tackles on that Southeast of Saline sideline, but we need to check laundry and see where we're at. It was a gain of 6 on the play.
Yeah, and it looks like we're going to have another hold here on Southeast of Saline. That's two plays now on a rollout, one to the right, one to the left, that the offensive line has had to reach out and grab somebody.
The 48-yard line was the line of scrimmage. This will push Southeast of Saline back here just a bit. I want to remind you, the Kansas High School Football Scoreboard Show comes your way every Friday night from 10 until 11 o'clock. Your scores and game wraps from across the state of Kansas, brought to you by Home Automotive Centers and also Salina Surgical Hospital. Gebhardt this time rolling out to the left. Gets that cannon ready to go. Fires the missile over to the left-hand side again as Landon Allen. And Allen is going to get back across the original line of scrimmage and then across the 50 back into Beloit territory. Finally ran out of bounds at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, and just take what the defense will give you. Run guys deep, leak one guy out to the sideline, and just wide open every time.
Gain of 17 by Allen that time. He's got back-to-back catches now. Actually 3 in a row if you count the catch during penalty. Here's Jake Gebhardt now in a lot of traffic trying to honk his horn and get through. He's going to get 2 on the play. Murray and Allen out there trying to fight off about 5 Beloit Trojans. Couldn't get everybody, but still a gain. That'll bring up 3rd down and 1.
And it looks like now I thought they were going to bring Friesen back into the backfield, but looks like they're going to go maybe trips left as Landon Allen's kind of shallow, about right in the slot.
They keep Landon in tight. Here's Michael Murray on the end around. They're going to say procedure against Southeast of Saline. So we'll back up to the 48-yard line. And that 3rd and 2 now will become a 3rd and 7. Actually, probably closer to 3rd and 6.
We'll make it 3rd and 7.
And you can't beat yourself in situations like this that you know that games are going to be close and tight, and that's 3 penalties now on Southeast on the offensive side of the ball.
Back to the 48, where it'll be 3rd down and about 6 for Southeast of Saline. The visiting Trojans wearing white and purple lead it 8-0, 3:39 left to go. The Sun trying its hardest to stay in play, but it's going to be gone here in about 15 minutes. 2 wide receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Now Murray comes in motion. Luke Gebhardt's going to keep it, and he is going to be taken down for a loss. A 2-yard loss on the play. Grady Seifert in there on the play. Seifert a stud on this defensive line. Had a read on Gebhardt that whole time, and a loss of 2.
And they only have him listed at 6'2", 270, but he definitely looks a lot taller and leaner than that, playing real physical down there on the defensive line, is already wrecking havoc early.
Now the ball sitting with its nose on the 50-yard line, right at midfield where it's 4th down and 8 for Southeast of Saline. Trojans keep their offense out there. 4 wide receivers to the right. Gebhardt rolls that way, has the ball around waist high. Now he breaks up, he throws it, and a first down. There is Allen again as he climbs the ladder, wins a battle with the defender, and has a gain of 9 yards. He gets the first down by a yard just at the 41-yard line. What a play by Landon Allen.
Yeah, almost boxed out the defender there and just let the ball get a little deep as the defender was on his back, snatched it out just enough for a first down.
To the 41, here's Gebhardt, takes a hit, wants to go deep, and Michael Murray runs right into the back of a defender. Eilert back there defending on the play. Gebhardt took a shot as he let that one go. It looks like he's going to be okay, though, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 10. That ball by Luke Gebhardt, just the 2nd incompletion of the night.
Yeah, and he had to get rid of that one fairly quick as he had a guy right in his face, kind of did a pump fake out to Tucker Thaxton out there trying to let Murray run deep.
Remember, his first pass was incomplete. He completed 6 in a row. 2nd down and 10 now from the Beloit 41 in the pistol. Here's the fake to Friesen, out to Murray on the flat. Good block out there by Tucker Thaxton. Murray out in the loose now, little stutter step, and he's going to take it out of bounds at the 20-yard line. A gain of 21, out to Michael Murray.
Yeah, and credit that one to wide receiver Tucker Thaxton out there. Great job on the block to turn his defender into the middle of the field. Had a great contact on him and allowed Murray to get to the outside.
2 catches for Murray, 48 yards. Last week, he had a good night as well, 88 yards and a touchdown. Here's a pass out to Jake Gebhardt, runs around Logan Aerosmith, loses that defender now inside the 10 and brought down at the 6-yard line. A gain of 14 for Southeast of Saline.
Jake Gebhardt on reception, brought down.
Matt Chambers right there, an outstanding job of pass protection. Drove his guy about probably 15 yards lateral on the line of scrimmage.
Ball on the 8. 1st and goal, Southeast of Saline. Pistol formation again. Gebhardt with Friesen behind him. They go back to Nate Friesen for the 2nd time. He breaks 2 tackles and he gets into the end zone. Nate Friesen just split 2 Beloit tacklers, put them both on their rear end, and he's going to go in from 8 yards away. Friesen with a touchdown.
Yeah, and once again, a great job by this offensive line. Create holes right there. Friesen able to break an arm tackle and then was wrapped up, but just ran right through the defender for that nice 8-yard touchdown run.
2:06 left to go. 2-point conversion pending here for Southeast of Saline. More of a traditional formation this time for the Trojans. A fake to Friesen, now a fake to Whitty. Back of the end zone, Tucker Thaxton has to go behind him to get the football, and he will. Thaxton gets the 2-point conversion, and the Trojans are off and running with 2:06 left to go in the first quarter. 16-0, Southeast of Saline. You're listening and watching to Trojan football, and it's brought to you by Saline Ortho.
Citizens State Bank has been serving Kansans for over 100 years. We are a full-service bank that can service your personal, business, and agricultural lending and deposit needs. Citizens State Bank offers 24/7 convenience with mobile deposit, online banking, and our ATM conveniently located in front of the building. Stop by and see our friendly and helpful staff. Citizens State Bank at 600 Maple Street in Gypsum, Kansas. Citizens State Bank and Trust Company is a proud supporter of the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline football on KINA.
Other games we're keeping an eye on tonight on the Bennington State Bank scoreboard. Salina Central is at Goddard. Derby is at Salina South. Abilene is at Concordia. Abilene won their first football game last Friday night since October 19th, 2018. It was a 25-game losing streak for the Cowboys. They were able to win against the Marysville Bulldogs. They're in Concordia tonight. Clay Center is at Chapman. Sacred Heart plays Minneapolis. Solomon plays Wakefield, El Saline plays Hanover, and Bennington plays against Moundridge. Here's a pop-up kick by Wyatt Boyd. It's taken by Beloit at the 30. They're going to have a 5-yard return, and that's the best starting spot for the Beloit Trojans so far tonight. That ball just kind of went straight up in the air.
Yeah, kind of brave there by the Beloit return guy to just let it hang up in the air and not try to fair catch it as Southeast was bearing down on him.
Again, the wind is a crosswind, as this is an east-west field. The wind blowing from the home stands across to the Southeast of Saline stands. Well, there's a great-looking group of Southeast of Saline supporters over there.
Yeah, there always is.
They see their Trojans up right now, 14-0 over Beloit. Here comes Beloit back to the line of scrimmage. Logan Aerosmith dances around, comes out to the left-hand side. There's a flag on the play, and I believe this is going to be a bad block on Beloit here on this left edge.
Yeah, and the only guy out there was lead blocker running back Demetrius Dunnigan right there, and clearly he had to reach out to stop from a yard loss that would have been, but now it's going to be a 10-yard loss.
So they take what was the best field position of the night for the Beloit Trojans, and you deduct that by 10. Now they're back up to their own 25. Inside 2 minutes left to go, first quarter. 16-0, Southeast of Saline leading by a couple of touchdowns and two-point conversions.
Got one score update I can give you after this from the Bennington State Bank scoreboard after this play.
Can't wait. That's a teaser. That's what they call that, right?
That's right.
Teaser. First down and 20 for Beloit. Here's Eilert handing it off to Dunnigan, and Dunnigan is going to pay. He is going to lose a yard on the play. They're saying he got back to the line of scrimmage. That is awfully gracious of the officiating crew on this side, because he got tattooed a yard short, but they're going to say he was at the 25 for no gain.
Yeah, Mac Chambers read that one great. Score out of Concordia, Abilene 7, Concordia 8. Both teams scored on their opening drive.
And I think those two teams probably might be towards the top in the NCKL. We know Walmego's the lead dog. There's no doubt about that, even without an all-state quarterback who broke his foot in the preseason. Here's two wide receivers by Beloit. Eilert back to pass. He's under pressure. He's going to be hit as he throws and driven back into the ground. And now they're going to have a flag on the far side right in front of the Southeast of Saline bench.
Yeah, I think they're going to get Landon Allen right there. The receiver went up to get it, went over his head. He came down, and I think Landon Allen went ahead and finished the tackle, which I don't think it was real aggressive by any means, but I think they're going to call a personal foul on it.
Logan Aerosmith was the receiver on that side. And the penalty here against Southeast of Saline, unfortunate, because now it'll be the first down.
And as a defender, you're not watching the football. You're watching the player. When he goes up for it and comes down and brings his hands right down, you're staring at his chest. You're going to make the tackle. And I don't think it was egregious by any means, as Gebhardt was obviously not pleased with that call either.
Well, and because if you don't make the tackle and the catch is made, you're going to give up a 60-yard touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, what do you do in that situation? He did everything right in my eyes. My eyes don't matter. That's why I'm up here.
That's right. So they're going to say it remains second down. It'll be second down and 5. The football now moved out to the 40-yard line. So a big penalty there against Southeast of Saline, beneficial for Beloit. And Beloit will have their first down of the night as Logan Aerosmith crosses the 45-yard line and will have a gain of 6 on the play.
That's a first down for Beloit.
Yeah, and with 49 seconds left to go in the first quarter, the first down for Beloit this game.
First down and 10 at the 45-yard line. Beloit trailing Southeast of Saline 16-0. Trojans will try to get one more playoff here. Backs in the T formation. Logan Aerosmith now will go to the right-hand side, and he will get about 3 more. That might bring us to the end of the quarter. So far, 6 carries, 4 yards for Logan Aerosmith. It's a tough day.
It's a real tough day at the office.
See what kind of vibe Beloit's bringing here on the sideline, or whether they want to get one more off or not, and it looks like they will not. That's the end of the first quarter. Southeast of Saline with a 16-0 lead. As we go to the second quarter, when we come back, you're listening and watching on SalinaPost.com. Southeast of Saline football. Southeast leads a 16-0 here at the end of 1 from Beloit Trojan Stadium on KINA.
Wow, it's nice and cool in here.
I know, isn't it great? I had New Image Audio tint my windows with their ceramic tint and install a remote start. They called it their Stay Cool package. The ceramic tint blocks up to 60% of the heat, so it stays cooler longer when I'm parked and stays cool easier when we drive.
And let me guess, with the remote start, you can get the AC going early and never get into a hot car again, right?
That's right. We even had our house tinted to help our electric bill. Those guys at New Image really know how to keep all their clients cool and comfortable.
Keep cool this summer with a Stay Cool package from New Image Audio. Whether it's at home, work, or in the car, Window Tint will let you live your best life, cool and comfortable. Stop by at 340 South Broadway or call 785-309-1617 and ask about the Stay Cool package details. Follow them on Facebook at New Image Audio.
Work hard, play hard. Good luck, Trojans from Roselawn Memorial Park in Salina. To learn more, visit roselawnssalina.com.
Back here in Beloit, Devin Haney, Russ Kossel, also Brian Dennett on video. Big Sam Pretty producing and engineering tonight's battle in the NCAA to Southeast of Saline and Beloit. 16-0, Southeast of Saline leading over the Beloit Trojans. So far, good first quarter there for Southeast of Saline. A couple of penalties there on offense and one big one on defense.
And penalties really have been the big factor, I would say, so far. I mean, Southeast still up 16-0, but you're beating yourself as you've gained 2 first downs. Both of them came back to holding. You stop them on second and long to bring up 3rd and 20, and you get an unsportsmanlike to give them a first down. So really kind of beating yourself right now.
Second down and A for Beloit as we get underway here. Second quarter. They have the ball almost in midfield at the 47-yard line. Here's the sweep off to the right-hand side. Aerosmith looking for somewhere to go, and that hole was open, but that door shut quickly. Landon Allen in there on the tackle. Daniel Kerr, Luke Gebhardt all there for Southeast of Saline, and that'll be a gain of 3 on the play.
Yeah, and all them guys down low had him wrapped up, and old trusty Mac Chambers coming in, laying the pop to finish that thing off.
Mac was in there as well. Good call there. Nose of the football at the 50-yard line. 3rd down and 6. It's called 3rd and 5. Trojans break the line of scrimmage. They'll sprint to the ball. One guy in motion. They give it to the first guy through. That's Aerosmith. He slips a tackle. Now he's out in the middle of the field to the right-hand side, crossing the hash, and then finally brought down by Luke Gebhardt. Gebhardt had him and just kind of stayed with him enough to get his legs tangled up. And Logan Aerosmith with the biggest Beloit play of the night to the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 20.
And that was a smart play by Gebhardt right there. He reached out and had him, but knew he would have got a horse collar, kind of drew him and slowed him down just enough, let go, and then wrapped him around the waist.
Those are the football now at the 30-yard line. Beloit driving it into Southeast of Saline territory here. First down and 10 at the 30. Everybody still in a mason jar. No wideouts, and Aerosmith brings it to the line of scrimmage where he has about every appendage, legs and arms, torn away from him, and he gets up limping a little bit after that play. He got 1 on the play.
And once again, the defensive line playing really good, taking a hat on. All 3 of them guys are really taking about 5 or 6 guys on right there and just allowing the middle linebackers and the outside corners to come in and close things down.
This is probably the best strategy for Beloit, right? We saw it here last year. They pretty much kept the ball out of Southeast of Saline's hands the whole first quarter, majority of the second quarter. And remember, Southeast broke a long pass play right before halftime last year of this game. They're still playing time of possession. The only problem is they're down 16-0 right now.
Yeah.
Now Eilert's going to be tackled back deep on this play, but a flag early on in this, and it's going to be an illegal shift here against the Beloit Trojans.
And I think you decline that penalty right there because that'll bring up a loss of about 3 yards as Trevor Keller in there breaking through free to get the quarterback Eilert before he was still turned around backwards trying to figure out which guy to hand it off to.
And they do decline that penalty, so it will be a loss of 4 on the play. Back to the 32-yard line.
You got to play discipline right here if you're Southeast. You don't need no penalties if you can hold them up short here because everywhere everybody else would be in a passing situation right here, but we well know that this is not any passing situation for Beloit.
3rd down and 12 at the Southeast of Saline 32-yard line. 2 running backs behind Eilert. He'll turn. Now he wants to pass. They slipped a tight end out, but Eilert has no time. He's going to be sacked down at the 41-yard line. Eilert on his 5-step drop before he had a chance to turn, he was brought down.
Yeah, Riley Hilt right there was the tight end that went out for a pass. Devin, he was the only one that went out for a pass and had all 5 in the secondary, white shirts all the way around him, and he never really got more than 6-7 yards, as it looks like Beloit's going to bring on the punting team now.
They lost 3.5 on that play. And now it is going to be 4th and 15 at the 35-yard line. So are they going to punt here would be my first question, as Logan Aerosmith is going to put the drop into it and kick it away. He's going to bounce at the 10 into the hands of Luke Gebhardt at the 9. Luke looking for some room, and there will be none, and he will be gang tackled and pushed back here to about the 6. So forward progress should get Luke to the 10-yard line, if not close. And Southeast of Saline's offense will come out here with their worst field position of the first half. 8:49 left to go on the scoreboard. 16-0, Southeast of Saline.
Yeah, that thing was going to take a roll and probably die inside the 5-yard line. So a great job by Gebhardt right there, knowing that thing was slowing down. Pick it up and at least get 1 or 2, get what you can.
2 wide receivers to the left. Jake Gebhardt to the right. Luke wants to roll that way. Now he's going to sling it as he throws. An 11-yard gain out to the 21. All of a sudden, Southeast of Saline is out of danger of that end zone.
11-yard gain to number 11, brother to brother once again right there. And Southeast still trying to go fast right here and rolling Gebhardt out of the pocket to keep him. He can throw left or right, rolling either direction.
First down at the 21. Gebhardt again coming to the left-hand side. This was kind of a bubble screen here with Wyatt Boyd out blocking. They were looking for Tucker Thaxton, and that ball was a little too high for Tucker. He was unable to bring it in, and it's incomplete. Second down and 10 coming up here for Southeast Trojans.
Yeah, that was a great play call because the defender playing Tucker Thaxton is about 10 to 14 yards away from him, so a great job there. Great play call. See if they go back to it later.
Landon Allen stays in tight. Gebhardt will pass across as it is a crossing drag route to Jake Gebhardt, and Jake will have it out to about the 22. Just a gain of 2. Actually, they're going to say he made it to the 24. Gain of 3.
And that time, Gebhardt stayed in the pocket and still had plenty of time to wait for brother Jake to run all the way across the middle of the field. So a great job once again by the offensive line.
5 catches already for Jake Gebhardt. 45 yards. Michael Murray has 2 catches for 48. Those are the 2 leading receivers in catches and yardage for Southeast. Luke Gebhardt wants to roll out again. He goes all the way back deep in the pocket, throws it on the run. It's going to be picked off. That's going to be a throw that Mitch Gebhardt will not be a fan of. He was looking down the field, Luke was, for Jake, and coming back, making the play on a second down and 7 was Beloit's defender, Logan Aerosmith.
Yeah, great job right there. And just an errant throw that probably you need back. As Jake was coming back to the ball, he planted his foot and slipped. I still don't think he would have been back in time to maybe break up the pass or catch it for that matter. But a great job by Beloit's defense is now the Southeast stuck in their own territory once again.
3rd turnover and 3rd interception of the season for the Southeast of Saline offense. With 7:49 left to go in the first half, Beloit will take over at the Southeast of Saline 42-yard line. Here's a run to the left-hand side. Again, a lot of collision going on in there, and it will be a gain of 4 on the play.
Hey, Aerosmith, he's running hard. You know, he gets that first contact, which first contact is coming about 1 to 2 yards in the backfield, so every time.
Second down and 6 after the 4-yard gain. Beloit drove it deep into Southeast territory, but then was unable to do anything with it and then punted when they had a line of scrimmage around the 32-yard line. Right now they're at the 38 with a second down and 7. They're going to hand it to Aerosmith again. He spins at the line of scrimmage, but he was already shackled up and taken down after a 1-yard gain by Mac Chambers.
I feel like that's the only name we've been calling on defense, but Mac just plays like his hair's on fire every single play, never lets up until the play is over.
We saw him kind of grow before our eyes last year when he started getting playing time about week 3 of the season. Every game he'd play a little bit more and then became arguably one of Southeast of Saline's best offensive linemen. So he was really an asset on both sides of the ball last year. From the 37 now, 3rd down and 5 for Beloit. Hard count going on here. Eiler trying to get him to bounce off sides, and they do not, and Beloit will take their second time out. We'll take it as well. It is 16-0 Southeast of Saline, and a big 3rd down when we come back for the Beloit Trojans with 6:23 left to go. Southeast of Saline leads at 16-0 here on KINA.
Gabe with Sage Products in Salina, offering industrial strength products that get the job done right. We are featuring hospital-grade disinfectant sprays, wipes, and hand sanitizers to keep you safe this time of year. We carry toilet paper with a large assortment of hand towels. Check out our private line of colorful products like Mom's Streak-Free Glass Cleaner or our friendly Amazing Green Bowl Cleaner. Go online to sageselects.com, visit our 9th Street location in Salina, or call 309-1919.
You're listening to Trojan Football on KINA Sports.
Back here at Beloit Trojan Stadium, Devin Haney, Russ Kossel, live stream video on SalinaPost.com. Brought to you by Salina Ortho. Halftime coming up. We'll talk with Ashley Gilpin. Our own Tyler Henry had a chance to talk Southeast of Saline volleyball with the head coach. Big Southeast of Saline tournament coming up this week. on the campus of SES. We'll talk to Coach Gilpin about that. And a 2-2 start so far for the Southeast of Saline volleyball team. That's all coming up at halftime. Third down and about 5 for the Beloit Trojans. Line of scrimmage at the 37-yard line. We'll also have Mitch Gebhardt before he heads to the locker room here at halftime. One guy in motion here for Beloit. Eilert's going to do the inside handoff once again to Logan Aerosmith. He is going to be hit and dropped after a 2-yard gain. He made it to the 35-yard line on a gain of 2. Fourth down now coming up.
Yeah, and we'll see if Southeast defense can hold on this big fourth down.
Fourth down and about 3 for the Beloit Trojans. Nose of the football just short of the 35-yard line. Clock continues to run now inside 6 minutes left to play here in the second quarter. 16-0, Southeast of Saline. Long huddle here for the Beloit Trojans. No play clocks, though, here in the stadium. Here's Eilert, back to pass, hit as he throws. In the middle of the scrum, and it's going to be intercepted. Here comes Luke Gebhardt back the other way from the 20, 25, 30. Stiff arm on a Beloit Trojan trying to get away. He does at the 35, now 40, and brought down at about the 44-yard line. Luke Gebhardt threw an interception. Now he gets one back for Southeast of Saline.
Yeah, and I just getting down here on the field, Devin, and it is very, very windy down here, and that ball just kind of hung up in the air, and a great job by Gebhardt to come back and go get that ball.
So Luke Gebhardt gets his first interception of the year, and that's the first turnover taken by the Trojan defense so far early on in this season. And it has given their offense a chance here with 5:20 left to play in the first half. Southeast of Saline's offense will come out here first and 10 at their own 43-yard line. Always nice when you give one up that you can go get one back, right? First down and 10 for the Trojans. 2 wide receivers to the left. Here's the pitch out. Nathan Friesen, his third carry of the night. He's got some space. Little dip at the 45, now to the 50, across midfield to the 45, inside the Beloit 40, and ran out of bounds at the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 19 on the third carry of the night for Nathan Friesen.
Yeah, great job by the offensive line right there to let them linemen come in, hook them around the corner, and allow Friesen to get to the outside.
Nate Friesen already 3 carries, 30 yards and a touchdown. Pistol formation. Friesen now takes the pitch out to the right. Has to get away from a Beloit defender, and he cannot. He's going to lose about 6 yards, maybe even 7 on this play. That was a deep pitch out to the right-hand side, and Friesen just never could buy any time, and he's going to lose 7 on that play.
Yeah, just unable to turn the near corner down here by me to clear the defensive lineman, but a great job there by Beloit on that one to string that one out.
That'll drive Southeast of Saline all the way back to to the Beloit 45-yard line. Second down and 17. Back to the skies, I assume. Southeast of Saline, pump fake. Luke Gebhardt down the right-hand sideline. He will overthrow a receiver as he was defended very well. Jake Gebhardt, the intended receiver that time. Logan Aerosmith on him step for step in coverage. That ball, though, not catchable down the right-hand sideline.
Yeah, and had plenty of time in the pocket right there to do a deep pump fake and then go deep to Brother Jake.
3rd and 17 for Southeast.
3rd and 17 now coming up. Luke Gebhardt so far 10 out of 15 throwing the football. They need a big play here. 3rd and 17. Gebhardt looking left, dances around, now comes back out to the right. Flips it out to Michael Murray. Watch the magic go here. Murray has it at the line of scrimmage. Now he goes back. 5-yard gain, 10-yard gain. Now he's out and loose. 25, 15, 5, and in the end zone. But I think Southeast is going to have this called back because of a block in the middle of the field.
Yeah, there was about every block that was in the middle of the field when Murray made his cut back here right in front of me. That the defenders kind of turned just at the last minute, and unfortunate break right there for Southeast.
Murray had a gain of 10 when those blocks came in. So we'll have to check and see now where this is going to put Southeast of Saline. And they're going to say face mask against Beloit. Illegal block against Southeast because we'll play that down over. Just act like that play never happened, although it was very fun to watch.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that face mask came when Murray made the cutback. As right in front of me, his head did kind of get whipped around a little bit.
Well, he's just so much fun when he has the ball in his hands. Every team would like to have the guy where it doesn't matter where they get the football, they are a threat to score, and that is what Michael Murray brings to this team for Southeast of Saline. 3rd down and 17 once again. The football setting at the Beloit 45-yard line. Still plenty of time here. 4:16 left to go in the second quarter. Southeast of Saline does have all their timeouts remaining. Beloit has just 1 left to use. Trip receivers, 3 of them to the left. There's 2 to the right. Total of 5. Luke Gebhardt, design run, will take it right up the middle, and he will have it to the 40-yard line. It's just a gain of 5 there, and will bring up 4th down and about 12.
Yeah, and I couldn't tell which defender right there made first contact, but that was heavy, heavy contact by Luke Gebhardt right there in the middle of the field.
5-yard gain. Now places the football at the 40-yard line.
By Anderson.
Southeast will split again. 5 wide receivers all over the place. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Luke Gebhardt, shotgun formation. We got movement. Beloit's going to gift them 5 yards here. 2 defenders on the Beloit defensive line came jumping across, and that'll move the football now to the 35. So a 4th and 12. Now we'll move to a 4th and 7 for Southeast of Saline. And the ball at the 35-yard line. More better, as they say.
Yeah, I'll bring it up again. It is very, very windy down
here
here on this side of the field.
Be careful. I worry about you. 2 wide receivers now to the right. Friesen will be directly behind Luke Gebhardt in the pistol formation. Tucker Thaxton, a solo receiver, to the long side of the field on the left. And looks like the Southeast of Saline coaching staff will take a timeout and talk about it. We'll step aside as well. Here's a 30, and back with a big 4th down for Southeast of Saline after this.
Suburban Appliance Center is your official dealer for Traeger grills. Check out this 6-in-1 versatile unit that grills, bakes, smokes, roasts, braces, and barbecues. Suburban is your exclusive dealer for the Traeger Timberline series, and they have your Traeger spices too. Suburban Appliance Center, they are locally owned and they offer appliance brands like Amana, KitchenAid, Whirlpool, and of course Maytag. Suburban also offers exceptional service. Suburban Appliance Center, 1900 South 9th.
You are listening to Southeast Trojan Football on KINA Sports.
3:40 left to go here in the second quarter. Southeast of Saline football presented by Salina Ortho tonight. With live stream video on SalinaPost.com. If you're viewing it, see Southeast of Saline with their all-white uniforms on, white jerseys, white pants, purple helmet. Beloit with their all-black kits on. Both of them have that Trojan logo on the side. Big stand here for Beloit's defense. Southeast of Saline trying to convert another 4th down. It'll be 4th down and 7 from Beloit 35-yard line. 2 wide receivers to the left. Landon Allen to the slot. Why am I calling him Logan all of a sudden? Here is Landon Allen out in the flat to the 38, to the 30. Trying to break a tackle. He'll roll out of bounds at the 26-yard line, and it's a 1st down for Southeast of Saline.
Yeah, and a great job by Landon Allen there. Knew exactly where he had to get to that 1st down, reached the ball out, and got that extra yard.
26-yard line.
It's a gain of 8 for Landon. 4 catches, 45 yards for Mr. Allen. There's Luke Gebhardt now rolling out, wants to go to the right. That ball deflected as Demetrius Dunnigan came in, got his hands on it, popped straight up in the air, where most of the time you would say, that's probably going to be trouble, but it hits the turf, incomplete.
Yeah, I went shallow on that one. Had brother Jake maybe at the defender. As soon as he took his eyes off Jake, jumped up on the route and almost picked that off as Jake now ran free down the sideline.
I love how we've just all of a sudden started calling him Brother Jake.
I mean, it started late last year, I remember.
Oh, boy. 2nd down and 10. After that incompletion for Southeast of Saline. Brother Luke in the pistol this time. Nate Friesen directly behind him. They'll pitch out to Nate, and there's that defensive line again. Friesen, though, this time cuts back, and he's able to move the football inside of the 25-yard line to about the 24. He got about 7 yards, but it's only going to show a gain of 2 as he was 5 yards deep in the backfield. Much better read that time on Friesen to cut back and let the defense over pursue.
Yeah, and I'm not sure this sideline official, there was a blatant face mask on Friesen right there as his head kind of got turned to the side, and it went uncalled.
3rd down and 8 now for Southeast of Saline. at the 24-yard line of Beloit. Inside 3 minutes left to go. Southeast trying to add on to their 16-point lead. They'll have 2 wide receivers out to the left. High snap, flags fly, play is stopped. Just for style points, Gebhardt did keep that football on the high snap. We haven't had to talk about that a lot this year. Nathan Weller has done a bang-up job at center in the first 1.5 games so far.
Yeah, and had a guy lined up in the neutral zone right there for Beloit, so another free 5 yards for Southeast.
That'll move the football just to the edge. Actually, just inside, I should say, of the Can-Equip red zone. 3rd down and short. 3rd and about 3. Luke rolling out. Wants to go on the flat. He goes to Wyatt Boyd. Boyd just at the 10-yard line is going to be ran out of bounds. And it is a 1st down for Southeast of Saline. 1st and goal from the 10 on a gain of 9.
Brought down by Harmon, out of bounds.
Good sustained drive right here by Southeast to take this one into halftimes. We still got 2:36 left, so.
That catch by Wyatt Boyd is his first catch of the year. Here's a pass now out to the right. Allen has it. He's meeting a Beloit defender, and he will tumble down ahead just inside of the 5.
Yeah, right in front of me here, Landon Allen did everything he could to lower his shoulder and try to drag the defender into the end zone.
8 yards for Landon Allen. 5 catches, 53 yards for him. Football now setting at the 2-yard line. And play is going to be stopped. Beloit feeling the weight of this play and this drive coming at them with 2:04 left to play. The Beloit Trojans are going to take their final timeout. We'll step aside as well. Trojan football when we come back. Southeast of Saline knocking on the door at the 2-yard line here on KINA.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline football on KINA.
Glad you could join us for another round of Southeast of Saline football. It's week number 2 here on KINA. And all the sponsors that make that happen. Vernon Jewelers, Everhart Precision Ag, the Salina Pain Clinic and Anesthesia Associates of Central Kansas. Of course, you just heard from Smart Insurance, Assaria Hardware and Oil, and the Bennington State Bank. Big news from the Bennington State Bank, by the way. They are paying admission fee for everyone, Southeast of Saline or Minneapolis fans, next week at Minneapolis High School. So if you come to the game, no admission charge. It's being paid for by the Bennington State Bank. How about that?
Yeah, there's no reason everybody shouldn't be there. Should be sold out grandstands.
Sell it out. 2nd down and goal here from the 2-yard line. Luke Gebhardt in the pistol. Friesen right behind him. Luke will turn, give it to Nathan Friesen. Friesen twists, turns, and he's going to score. Friesen has 2 touchdowns on the night, and on 6 carries, 27 yards, and Southeast of Saline is on the board again with 1:59 left to go in the 2nd quarter.
Great job by that right side of the offensive line right there to kind of clear just enough space for Friesen to get through and able to bulldoze his way into the end zone.
2-point conversion coming up here for Southeast of Saline. See if they can go up by 24 as we are in now the last 2 minutes of this first half. More traditional formation here by Southeast of Saline. Gebhardt has Friesen to his left. He'll fake it to him. Now he'll fake it to another end around. Gebhardt rolling out. Luke fires it to the end zone, and it's going to be caught, but a flag on the near side. Jake Gebhardt went up and got that football right inside the goal line, but the official on the near side threw a flag, and he's going to say ineligible receiver for Southeast of Saline.
Yeah, I don't have a roster down here, but number 52 on the offensive line seemed to be quite a ways into the end zone.
That's Wade Rutherford. And, you know, there's a fine line between being ineligible and just winning your blocking matchup so much that you push the guy you're blocking into the end zone.
And I think that's exactly what happened, because really all the offensive linemen right there kind of just won the battle on the line.
Yeah. I mean, if they're going to block like that, you might as well just run behind him, right? They're going to back it up 5 here now It'll be from the 7-yard line. Gebhardt rolls out to the right. Pressure once again. He looks back left, and he will overthrow Landon Allen. Landon still had a chance to get to that football, but could not complete the catch. And that 2-point conversion will be denied by this Beloit defense. 1:59 left to go here in the second quarter. Southeast of Saline scores again. The visiting Trojans from Gypsum up 22-0 here on KINA.
The Appliance Center. It's where you go to shop for washers, dryers, kitchen appliances, furniture, pellet grills, TVs, and so much more. If you are looking for a local family-owned business, visit the Appliance Center. We're in the big red and white building on South Broadway in Salina. Come experience the Appliance Center difference.
To Coach Gebhardt, the players, coaches, and fans, let's make this a Football Friday to remember. Roselawn Memorial Park wishes you success this season. For more information, visit RoselawnSalina.com.
Home of the world champion Kansas City Chiefs.
Back here in Beloit, 22-0 is our score. Southeast of Saline leading.
Let's see if Beloit can get something done here in the end of the first half. Salina post is going.
1:59 left to go. Here in the second quarter, here's a kick by Wyatt Boyd. It's going to bounce at the 18-yard line and now maybe go out of bounds or maybe not. And it does finally find the sideline over there. Boy, that was a tense moment there for the Beloit return team as that thing looked like it might stay in bounds and then, of course, would have been free game.
Yeah, and they're going to say it was not touched. So that'll put it up at, what, the 35-yard line?
Yeah, I'd like to have a close-up of that one. The Beloit receiver that time was looking like he wanted to go down and get it. He actually extended his arms. Don't know if he touched it or not, though, but they're going to say he did not, and that ball took a right turn as it was going down the field from west to east and went out of bounds, so Beloit will start out here at their own 35-yard line. Understand there's some technical difficulties with SalinaPost.com, but you can just go to YouTube and search Southeast of Saline football to find this live stream video. Here's one setback, two wingbacks for the Beloit Trojans, and the keeper by Eilert, and Caden Isaacson comes in there with a big tackle of Eilert back at the 30-yard line. There's a flag, though, at the line of scrimmage. Is that Isaacson or Chambers, Russ? Help me out.
Appears to be number 55.
That is Caden Isaacson then. He's kind of playing tricks with me this year because he switched numbers.
Yeah, but I mean, between him and Mac Chambers in there in the backfield, when their numbers are bunched up like that, they look the same. They play a lot like the same, too.
They really do. Not a bad problem to have when you have two backers like that in the middle of that defense. And this penalty is going to go against Beloit for an illegal block, so that will put them back deeper on their own side of the field at their own 25, losing 10 on the penalty.
Yeah, pushing them back there, you wondered if there was already a loss on the play, why maybe Southeast wouldn't decline that penalty.
First down and 25.
First down and 25. Here's the give right up the middle. Southeast not budging there, and they're going to call a timeout. It'll be the second timeout taken by Southeast of Saline. We'll step aside as well. 1:35 left to go here, 22-0. Southeast of Saline in the second quarter on KINA.
Citizens State Bank has been serving Kansans for over 100 years. We're a full-service bank that can service your personal, business, and agricultural lending and deposit needs. Citizens State Bank offers 24/7 convenience with mobile deposit, online banking, and our ATM conveniently located in front of the building. Stop by and see our friendly and helpful staff. Citizens State Bank at 600 Maple Street in Gypsum, Kansas. Citizens State Bank and Trust Company is a proud supporter of the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
You are listening to Southeast Trojan Football on KINA Sports.
95 seconds left to go here in a first half that has been owned by Southeast of Saline. A competitive game, though. Beloit's been able to move the ball here, Russ, but, boy, they just have not been able to break that 25-yard line. They have not been in the red zone tonight, and it's just a big stand here by the Southeast of Saline defense who, let's be honest, over the last couple of years It was uncharacteristic for them to give up 26 points in week number 1, but it was against what may be the number 1 passing attack in the state of Kansas. 38-26 last week. Southeast of Saline wins it. Looks like their defense is going to make up for that a little bit here tonight.
Yeah, it's a team that's going to run the ball this much. Good luck.
Second down and 24. Here's the pitch out to the right-hand side, and this is going to go for a loss by the Beloit Trojans. Landon Allen out there to make the read. He strung that play out extremely well. Caden Isaacson, Jake Gebhardt all there for Southeast of Saline.
For a short gain after the 21. Timeout Southeast.
Southeast going to burn their last timeout right here.
So that will bring us to another timeout. We'll take it. Back with more in the conclusion of the first half after this.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the Heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Saline is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline football on KINA.
Boy, Southeast has done just about everything here in this first half. They had a blocked punt. They've gotten a couple of sacks, a couple of tackles for loss. They've thrown an interception. They've gotten an interception. It's been a mixed bag here for Southeast of Saline. But when you look at the scoreboard, it's 22-0. Southeast of Saline Trojans wearing all white with their purple helmets. A lead it here with 1:29 left to go before halftime. Again, head volleyball coach for Southeast of Saline, Ashley Gilpin, will join us at halftime. A score coming down on the Bennington State Bank scoreboard. This one coming as Clay Center tangles with Chapman in the NCKL. And right now, it is Clay Center leading at the half. The Tigers up 14-0. And got to keep a mental note of that because that Clay Center squad is a squad that Southeast of Saline has in their district this year. We will play the Tigers this year and next year as part of district play. And right now they are leading Chapman 14-0. Of course, Clay Center lost last week. They have the tall task of facing that very, very good Wamego squad.
Abilene up 14-8 with 4:40 to go. That was about 10 minutes ago.
Third down and long here for Beloit. They're going to run it off the right-hand side. Logan Aerosmith bounces it out, and he will get 5 yards on the play. And now the clock will continue to run. Southeast of Saline out of timeouts. And Beloit facing a fourth down. Just thinking about the dynamic, though, of the NCKL, Russ. You have Wamego, who is a large 4A. Clay Center, who now is into 2A, along with Southeast of Saline in football. And they had to play each other.
A very wide range of schools in that there.
Marysville, also a smaller 3A. They're in there. They lost to Abilene, who is a middle-of-the-road 4A as far as enrollment goes. It's interesting.
Yeah. Side note here, Southeast will get the ball to start the second half.
Yes, they will. And they will get the ball here if Beloit can get a punt away. They did have a flag here, it looks like, or maybe it was an offsides against Southeast. Jace Van Amberg listening to the official make his call, and it's procedure against Beloit. So that'll take the Beloit Trojans back 5 yards here to the 21-yard line. Back deep for Southeast of Saline, Luke Gebhardt and Michael Murray. Waiting on the snap again. High snap. Aerosmith brings it down. He will angle it to the right. It's going to go out of bounds. Actually stay in bounds as it took a backwards bounce here. And Beloit will down it at the Beloit 43-yard line. So Southeast of Saline with no timeouts will come out here and try to make something happen and extend this 22-point lead with 28 seconds left to go, again out of timeouts. Both teams have exhausted all their timeouts in the first half. Landon Allen stays in tight. Two wide receivers to the right. Murray is in the slot. Here's the play-action fake. Gebhardt looking for Tucker Thaxton down the seam, and it's going to be off the hands of a defender back deep. That was Eilert back deep for Beloit, as Quinn Eilert was back there and knocked it down for the Beloit defense. and that's going to take 1 second off the clock.
Well, and Eiler did a great job there, but when that ball came back down, it hit Tucker Thaxton right in both hands. Now, mind you, it would have been a great, great catch.
Play only took a second. Second down and 10. Gebhardt now to the right-hand side, has it to Michael Murray on the bubble screen. Murray sticks his foot inside, now gets to the outside. He's going to take a couple of yards here. 3 yards on the play. He'll move it to the 40-yard line and step out of bounds there to stop the clock. Murray's third catch of the evening, now 51 yards. That gives Southeast of Saline time to think about it with 15 seconds on the clock. It'll be 3rd down and 7. 40 yards out here for the Southeast Trojans. Friesen in the pistol. Allen still in tight. 2 wide receivers to the left. Murray in the slot again. Here's Gebhardt looking to the right-hand side. Has Jake, who will catch it at about the 27 and then turn, take 2 more yards, and step out of bounds at the 25.
8 seconds to go. First down.
That's a gain of 15. Sorry, Russ.
Maybe got time for 2 plays here. If you run another quick out like that, if you can get, a long pass play to burn 1 second off the clock, like on the first play of this drive. But I think you can still get 2 plays on 2 out or a 1 out route right here, and then maybe a shot in the end zone.
Ball setting just inside of the 25-yard line at the 24, where it is first down. As you said, 8 seconds, and again, no timeouts. If you can get another play like you just ran, that would be money right there. 2 speedsters, Thaxton and Murray to the left-hand side. Luke wants to roll that way. Gebhardt has the ball hanging at the hip. Now he's going to set up, throw it to the end zone, and it's going to be incomplete. Murray got caught up there between 2 Beloit defenders, and that'll remain no time on the clock. As Southeast of Saline's asking for more. Coach Gebhardt asking for more.
Yeah, there was still at least 2 seconds on the clock when that ball hit the ground. Maybe 1, but for sure 1, maybe 2.
Now the officials are going to confer about it. I don't think we are at halftime yet. Beloit's players are walking off, and Southeast of Saline's players are now applauding that they're going to get more time on the clock here. And, of course, that raises the ovation of the people wearing purple over on the Southeast sideline. 1 more play with 1 second on the clock.
Officials are calling for 1 second on the clock. 1 more play.
24 yards in front of them, 1 second, 1 play to do it. Of course, the half cannot end on a defensive penalty. Again, it's Thaxton and Murray to the left-hand side. Gebhardt, straight drop. Now he's going to step up in the pocket, go to the end zone. Has a man, it's going to be knocked out of the air once again by Quinn Eilert. Boy, Eilert has played well in that defensive back position here for Beloit, and he knocks another pass down there, and Beloit will go to the locker room without giving up more points, but Southeast of Saline leads it 22-0 here at the break. They got 16 in the first quarter, got second in the second quarter, 6 in the second quarter, and now lead 22-0 here as we go towards halftime. We're waiting on the arrival of head coach Mitch Gebhardt. He is going to be with Russ here on the field. Russ, take it away.
Coach, 22-0 first half. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I think we've done some things okay. I think our defense has stepped up. They got a pretty good running game, and we've kept them in check for the most part. I think we've missed some stuff here on offense that we probably should hit.
Yeah, and a few things we noticed. Penalties seemed early, the holding, and then the one on Landon Allen on defense over here. Maybe the only thing needs to be cleaned up for the second half.
Yeah, we do. We've got a lot of penalties. It seems like the yellow flag's all over the place, so we do need to get that cleaned up. You bet.
Okay, good luck second half, Coach.
We're at halftime, brought to you by Kickoff Auto and Truck Accessories. When we come back, Ashley Gilpin, head coach of Southeast of Saline's volleyball teams, will join us. She had a moment to sit down with Tyler Henry earlier today. We will revisit that conversation when we come back. At halftime, 22-0, Southeast of Saline leads it over Beloit right here on KINA.
Kickoff Auto and Truck Accessories. Everything to bling out your ride in one place, including top-quality lift kits, wheels and tires, bumpers, Jeep accessories, fender flares, bed covers, bed liners, step bars, even custom painting. Kickoff Auto is the and soil dealer and has many synthetics and filters in stock. Visit Kickoff Auto on Facebook for specials, great ideas, and let them make your truck stick out in a crowd. Kickoff Auto and Truck Accessories, supporting the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
At home or on the road, K4 Garage will keep you moving. With over 12 years of mechanic experience, owner Nick Trout will diagnose and repair your engine to keep you in the game.
full-service gas, diesel, or tires. K4 Garage also has a fully stocked convenience store with snacks and drinks. Open Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 6, Saturday from 9 until 3. Trust K4 Garage with keeping you on the road. And if it has oil, they can change it at K4 Garage in Gypsum.
Maybe you don't play quarterback or make the highlight reel. Maybe you're not a high school athlete anymore. But just like an athlete, you can get first-class orthopedic care from Saline Ortho. Their doctors and staff strive to get you back to an injury-free, pain-free life as quickly as possible. Saline Ortho has a doctor on call 24/7 for all orthopedic injuries. So next time you're injured, trust the experts at Saline Ortho. Your voice, your choice, past, present, and future. See them online at salinaortho.com.
It's third down and 8 for the Trojans. They really need to make the right call here.
During the football game, it's crucial to make the right call. And in real estate, one call can bring a positive outcome from your real estate experience. Whether you're looking for real property, upsizing to make room for the family, downsizing, or acquiring investment property, call Winnell Garrettson at salinahomes.com.
What a call! Touchdown, Trojans!
Buy or sell, call Winnell.
This is the Trojan Halftime Report. Coming up, a first half recap, stats, interviews, and a look at other area games. Let's head back to the stadium for Trojan Halftime on KINA.
Back here on the Kickoff Auto and Truck Accessories Halftime Report, I'm Tyler Henry, and it's time to catch up with SES head volleyball coach Ashley Gilpin, presented by Winnell Garrettson at salinahomes.com. Coach Gilpin, thank you so much for coming on and taking some time to talk with us today.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
So you guys are going to come into this weekend at 2-2, but before we get into these first couple of matchups, I wanted to ask, just how excited has everybody been just for an opportunity to get back on the court and back to some real competition?
Oh, we've had a blast. We've had we had great summer activities. We've had a lot of bonding and had a couple parties, and these girls were really ready to get back on the court. They are really enjoying themselves.
So you guys started the season, and obviously we'll get to the happier note from yesterday here in just a second. You guys drop a couple of tough matches against Minneapolis and Clay Center to start the year, but it really looks like this team never hung their heads. They got right back to work. They knocked off Lions and Sacred Heart last night. How impressed have you already been by just the resilience of this team mentally already?
I think it's great. We spent the Wednesday after our losses looking at some video and looking at the things that we could improve on and taking it onto the court and really getting after it. And it was a different team last night. So, we're definitely making improvements, making strides. And as the girls get to know each other and we mix up rotations, it's just going to get better and better.
I know we had a chance to talk with you about this during our season preview on the Salina Post, but I wanted to ask, for those in the community that might not know or haven't followed quite as closely, what would you say is the biggest strength of your team as you guys head into this next set of matches?
I think that we are very well balanced. We have a great defensive back row. Our digs last night were amazing. We have multiple hitters who can really pound the ball down for us. And we've got great leaders out there. We've got a couple great setters that can help us out. We're very well rounded. And when they have energy and, really want it and show up, they're a blast to watch.
Well, you guys have a big one coming up tomorrow. It's your home volleyball tournament. You'll take on Concordia, Circle, and Hillsboro. Before we get into those three, how excited is everybody to be back and playing in front of a home crowd again this weekend?
Oh, I think they're super excited. There's a little bit to be nervous about, but they don't seem to be showing it. I think they just want to be in front of everybody. I think they just want to play, really, truly. They just are looking forward to being on the court all day long.
So often, especially early in the season, we talk about the little adjustments that coaches will make and the little improvements that you see from your team. So, before we get into the weekend, I wanted to ask, what was kind of the biggest thing volleyball-wise improvement that you saw from those first couple of games to those 2 wins last night?
Because I've told you in the past, we're still working on our blocking. Those numbers didn't go up for us last night, unfortunately. But I think probably just teamwork and gelling together. I asked the girls last night to communicate and just again show that energy, and they came through and they did that, and you could tell they were having a lot of fun out there. So I think just getting more comfortable out there is probably what we're improving on the most.
Sure. And then kind of flipping that on you, I mean, what are the biggest things that you want to see them kind of take even another step from those 2 wins last night to these 3 big matchups coming up on Saturday?
Definitely the blocking. We're realistic and we know that the girls aren't going to block every hit, but we've got to get more touches. We got to slow it down for our back row, and we just got to get there. We got to get our middles to the pins, and we got to get everybody going up together and being strong at the net.
When we talk about Southeast of Saline athletics, so often we talk about kind of just the culture around all of it. It seems like every program, I mean, again, there's a lot of success, but there's also just a mentality that these teams have. And I know you guys are no exception, but I wanted to ask, I mean, in the locker room, what is the energy like with this team? What is kind of the general vibe of Southeast of Saline volleyball in 2022?
Positive. It's very, very positive. The girls, before every match, they like to go into the locker room without me, thank goodness, and have dance parties just to get themselves pumped up and ready to go. Like I said, we had a season party, or a kind of a season opening party together, and they had a blast at that. And they just kept talking about how much fun they were having. They get along on and off the court. I just think that they're super excited and they're looking at things positively. They know their potential.
Well, and I wanted to ask you about that potential as well, because I know that, I mean, again, as this program has kind of built itself up over the last couple of years, I know that the expectations and kind of the goals in that locker room have increased as well. I mean, in your opinion, and from the girls' perspective as well, if everything goes your guys' way, if you guys play up to that potential, I mean, where do you feel like this team can end the 2022 season if everything is firing on all cylinders?
Well, I don't know. I really can't say. I wish I had that crystal ball. It would make my job easier, but I think that we're going to have way more wins than losses. You know, last year we finished at a 500 season, and I think that we'll have more wins than losses, which is, positive. It's kind of scary to set expectations and put your goals out there, but I think these girls feel like if they can put it together the way they know they can, that they're going to get past the first couple rounds of sub-state and possibly move forward, past that. I think that if they can put things together at the right time and peak at the right time and come together and show the energy, I think that they feel like they can go far.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, before we let you go here, wanted to kind of open the floor up. Anything you want to plug? Anything you want to say to the Southeast of Saline community before we let you go?
Oh, sure. Like I said, we had a great crowd at Sacred Heart last night. The girls were talking about it after the game, just how excited they were to play in front of so many people. Everybody was up and they were cheering, and we are thankful for that. We are so appreciative when people come out and watch. I know, the football players get finished practicing during the week, and we've got a match going on, and they're tired and hungry and want to go home. So we've got moms who are feeding them for us to keep them at the school. So, if people can come out and support, we would love it. We appreciate it, and we're just looking forward to a good season. We hope to give them a good show.
Absolutely. Well, again, tomorrow, the tournament on Saturday at Southeast Saline High School. You won't want to miss it. Coach, thank you so much for your time, and best of luck to your team tomorrow.
Thanks so much.
All right. That was SES head coach Ashley Gilpin, presented by 1L Garrettson at SalinaHomes.com. Coming up next, more of the Kickoff Auto and Truck Accessories halftime show and the second half of the Trojan War between Southeast of Saline and Beloit. It's all right around the corner here on KINA.
Frisbee Construction is a service organization for the commercial grain industry dedicated to giving you the best in planning, the best in quality, and the best of workmanship, and overall the best value for your dollar since 1949. Frisbee Construction specializes in new construction as well as remodel and repair of grain handling facilities throughout the Midwest. Frisbee Construction Company in Gypsum has emergency crews available as needed. For more information, go to frisbeeinc.com.
Don't get caught on empty. Fill up on all your basic needs at Asaria Oil and Hardware. We want to be sure you are fueled up and ready for whatever may be around the corner, no matter what time of day. Now live at Asaria Oil and Hardware, 24/7 pumps. No matter what time of day or night, your gas and diesel tanks can rely on us. During regular business hours, you can get your favorite pizza and snacks to have enough energy to win the day. Asaria Oil and Hardware, located in Asaria at the corner of Center and Main. We'll fill you up.
Kansas Wesleyan University offers great nursing education options with a BS major in nursing and an RN to BSN program. KWU recently opened a brand new $5 million nursing education center that features state-of-the-art simulation rooms and next-generation classroom equipment designed to take the educational experience to the next level. Wonderful scholarships and opportunities to gain experience are available. Want to know more? Check out kwu.edu/nursing today. That's kwu.edu/nursing.
Salina Regional's Orthopedic and Sports Medicine is your home field advantage. Our physicians include sports medicine physician Dr. Matthew Pyle, along with orthopedic surgeons Drs. Travis Rump and Todd Riley, plus an A-team of certified athletic trainers and physical therapists. We're ready when you need us to help prevent injuries, enhance performance, or to heal through surgery and rehabilitation. For area athletes to weekend warriors, the home field advantage starts at Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
You're listening to Trojan Football on KINA Sports.
Hi there. Welcome back. Halftime. 22-0. Southeast of Saline leading the Beloit Trojans. Time now to go over the first half stats. It's brought to you by Citizen State Bank in downtown Gypsum. Bank where the Trojans bank. It's right there at Citizen State Bank in the beautiful downtown Gypsum, Kansas. Let's first go over stats for the Beloit Trojans. They're 0 for 1 passing. That pass did get caught by Luke Gebhardt for Southeast of Saline on an interception. No passing yards for Beloit in that first half. Logan Aerosmith is leading the way for Beloit on the ground. He has 35 yards. The rest of the team has -1, and they are right now sitting at halftime with 34 yards rushing and 34 yards of total offense. For Southeast of Saline, rushing the football, Nathan Friesen is leading the way. He has 6 carries, 27 yards, and a touchdown. Luke Gebhardt also has added 7 yards. Luke Gebhardt in the air, 15 of 23, a touchdown and an interception. His leading target so far in this game is Jake Gebhardt, 6 catches, 63 yards. Landon Allen, 5 catches, 53 yards. Michael Murray, 3 catches, 51 yards. Jake Gebhardt does have a touchdown in the receiving game of 15 yards. So far, 34 yards rushing for Southeast of Saline, $176 in the air for a total of 210 yards of offense here in this game. And that has put Southeast of Saline ahead at halftime, 22-0. Still got about 4 minutes before the start of the third quarter. We'll step away, take a break. When we come back, we'll check the Bennington State Bank scoreboard. That's coming up. When we come back, more Trojan football halftime brought to you by Knauf Auto and Truck Accessories right here on KINA.
This is Tammy Bedreau at the Bank of Tesket. If you're looking to purchase your new home in the near future, I want you to know we offer a variety of loan options to finance your home purchase. I would love an opportunity to be your lender. Give me a call or stop in today to learn more. We are local lenders making local decisions. The Bank of Tesket, committed to those we serve. MLS number 712440. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Stardust Trophy Downtown Salina has all the cool football medals and trophies your team needs for its players when their practice session pays off in big wins. Choose from tons of trophy styles and customize it exactly as you want. Stardust Trophy even has special trophies just for fantasy football leagues. Just for fun, choose football bobblehead trophies. Got an autographed or special football? Show it off in a special acrylic showcase from Stardust Trophy. 121 South Santa Fe, downtown Salina.
I can't believe I got rear-ended.
Hey, don't sweat it, Brian. Even the best drivers have a crash from time to time. That's why we have our collision center. We're a direct repair facility, which means no long waits from your insurance company. Our factory-certified technicians can handle all makes and models in our fully equipped body shop. When you bring your vehicle into us, it'll be like your crash never happened. Come on over to Home Automotive Collision Center. You'll be glad you did.
This October, the Zombies are coming to Elite Sports Paintball Complex, and we need to prepare now. Here's what you should know. There will be a limited number of people each night for the Zombie Expedition. The best way to secure your spot for the upcoming Zombie Expedition is to reserve your space now. Don't miss out. We need your help in fighting zombies. Tickets are available right now at zombieexpedition.com.
Work hard, play hard. Good luck, Trojans, from Roselawn Memorial Park in Salina. To learn more, visit roselawnsalina.com.
Back here at Beloit Trojan Stadium, and it's halftime. As we're rounding out halftime, we'll take a check of the Bennington State Bank scoreboard. Last Friday night, there was a mild upset in Class 2A. The St. Mary's Bears beat the Rossville Bulldogs 20-13. Rossville, back-to-back state champions in Class 2A. They also had like a 26-game winning streak, but St. Mary's won that game 20-13. Tonight, St. Mary's is playing the Rock Creek Mustangs. And at halftime, Rock Creek leads at St. Mary's 20-6.
Oh.
Topeka Hayden leads Silver Lake 21-3. Clay Center leads Chapman 17-0. Salina Central and Goddard Eisenhower tied up at 13. Derby all over Salina South 55-6. And Abilene leads Concordia 14-8. Those scores all at halftime.
How do you feel if you're Salina South coming off Derby, going to play Derby after Derby gets upset last week?
Yeah, Derby had a 45-game home winning streak, and the Manhattan Indians went in there and ended that winning streak. But again, Manhattan's pretty good. They're there almost every year in Class 6A. And it's just the St. Mary's Rossville thing last week, of course, raised an eyebrow because Rossville, I compared them a little bit last week. I said that they have been the Andale of Class 2A. Back-to-back state champions. They beat this Beloit team in the state title game last year. We know what Rossville did to southeast of Saline 3 and 4 years ago when we shared a district. They are very, very good. And St. Mary's beat them. Well, last week, St. Mary's got the win, but this week so far, Rock Creek is leading over the St. Mary's Bears. We'll keep an eye on that one on the Bennington State Bank scoreboard. Here's a little bit of an onside little pooch kick from the Beloit Trojans. The southeast of Saline scheduled to get this back. Southeast let that ball go on the turf, but then covered it up, and they were able to keep it here. And the Trojans will start out with a really good field position at their own 41-yard line. Rush, your thoughts on the first half and your new image audio keys to success here in the second half for the Trojans?
I think overall it was a good first half, and not really much to complain about, but penalties. Knock out the penalties in your second half. Yeah. Don't beat yourself.
Defense played really well, only giving up 34 yards and no points. Here's a little bubble screen out to Tucker Thaxton. A block out in the flat. Tucker is loose across the 50, 45-40. Hand fighting with a defender, and he's inside the 35. It looks like they're going to spot this football at about the 33-yard line. A big carry by Tucker Thaxton to start the second half for southeast of Saline.
Yeah, and an extra 10 yards on that with that hand fight he did. Tucker giving up a lot of size out there, out on the field, but plays like he's well over 6 foot. Great job there by Thaxton.
25 yards for Tucker Thaxton on first down. Here's Gebhardt now, a little pump fake, feels some pressure. He's going to tuck it and run.
Yeah, good job there. Gebhardt made a pump and didn't see nothing. Pocket was collapsing, was able to step up just enough for about a 5-yard run.
That run by Thaxton, by the way, that pass and run by Thaxton, by the way, his first catch this evening. There have been, so far, 5 different Southeast players with a reception. Here is a ball that goes behind Landon Allen and in the dirt. Allen cannot get it, and that will be the first incompletion of the second half. First half, as I said, Luke Gebhardt 15-23 throwing the football. 1 of 2 here to start the second half on this first drive. Trojans lead it 22-0 as we are just underway here in the third quarter.
Kind of isolating defenders on that last play. Only 2 defenders for 3 wide receivers.
4 wideouts now to the right-hand side. They go back to Thaxton. A little hook, loses the defender, has a first down and more, and brought down at the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 13 for southeast of Saline.
And I mentioned that in the first half, Devin. That defensive back that is playing Tucker Thaxton is giving him at least 8 to 10 yards every throw as now he scoots up.
Empty backfield again. Gebhardt on a design run. Shook his shoulders. Now he's going to take off. Steps through a tackle. Gets inside the 5. Spins out of another Beloit tackle. And he's down right at the goal line at the 1-yard line. It's a 13-yard gain for Luke Gebhardt on his longest run of the night.
Yeah, great play. Designed run right there. His offensive line did a great job clearing out the center of the offensive line right there and allowing Jake to get about 7-8 yards before first contact was even made.
Pistol formation, Friesen. This time he'll take the handoff. Straight up the gut, he runs into a brick wall. Still fighting, and he is going to lose about a yard on that play.
And it still took 4 Beloit Trojans to bring him down right there. Didn't go down on first, second, or third contact.
You think that when you watch offenses that pass the ball a lot, it is high octane, it is boom, 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 boom. And this Southeast offense is. Don't take this the wrong way because they do know huddle, they're high tempo. But it's almost when you go to Nathan Friesen on the ground game, you're going into yet another gear. Here's Friesen again, directly behind Gebhardt. He'll take the handoff, and he'll be back to the line of scrimmage and no more as this Beloit defense is ready for the challenge. They have now put Southeast of Saline in a 3rd down and goal at the 3.
And that's the second play in a row. Grady Seifert right there, able to bust through and make first contact, was able to bring down Friesen first that time.
3rd and 3 for Southeast of Saline. Again, pistol formation. They're going to fake it to Friesen this time. Luke Gebhardt rolling out to the right, chased by 2 Beloit defenders. Now he reverses field, goes back to the left. Gebhardt puts the ball on his left hip, cuts it back, middle of the field, touchdown, Luke Gebhardt. Boy, Luke Gebhardt just totally reversed field, curled around, went away from the 2 Beloit defenders that had driven their way all the way back to the 10-yard line, and Gebhardt ran 37 yards for a 3-yard touchdown.
I was going to say that might be the longest 3-yard touchdown of Luke Gebhardt's career right there. He rolled out clear outside the hash marks to the numbers, ran clear back around and scored, as it looks like now Southeast is going to go to the swing gate once again for the 2-point conversion.
That's one of those. You want to see Amazon Web Services stat that and see how much he actually ran to get a 3-yard touchdown. 2-point conversion attempts coming up now. It is the swinging gate, as you said. They're going to high snap back to Luke Gebhardt. He's looking to the back of the end zone, has a wide open Wyatt Boyd, and he drops it right in the breadbasket for 2. Off and running here, Southeast of Saline takes the opening drive down the field. They get 6 and then 2 more, and they lead it 30-0 with 9:22 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Back with more Trojan football after this on KINA.
When does normal acute pain become abnormal chronic pain? Chronic pain can be one of 2 types, nociceptive and neuropathic. Each type differs based on what causes it, what it feels like, and what treatments may relieve it. Neuropathic pain can often be managed by a therapy called neurostimulation or spinal cord stimulation. If you suffer from chronic pain, ask your primary care physician for a referral to the Saline Pain Clinic. Our pain specialists will discuss the right options to manage your pain. Online at SalinePainClinic.org.
You're listening to Trojan Football on KINA Sports.
Welcome back here to Beloit. Luke Gebhardt with a magician's trick as he went all the way to the right-hand side, rolling out looking for a receiver, and then he just thought, well, there's a lot of pressure over here. I don't like these black jerseys. I'm going to go back the other way, see what I found. Oh, look, here's a touchdown.
Yeah, he picked up looked like Mac Chambers maybe right there off the offensive line that he kind of pointed, and Mac found the one guy in front of him.
And as impressive as the run was by Luke, what about that offensive line to not throw a bad block there? Because a lot of times when we reverse field like that, they get caught in a bad spot.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
Here's Wyatt Boyd now. He's going to pop up a kick that's going to put a Beloit return man back at about the 27-yard line. He'll bring it now to the east end of the field and bring it to the 42, where Beloit will start out with decent field position of their own. 30-0, Southeast of Saline.
36-yard line, 37.
And where Beloit spent most of the first half on their own side of the 50, really most of the first quarter for sure.
Yeah, excuse me, they're actually starting out here at the 37. 9:16 left to go in the 3rd. I want to also give you an update if you are searching for this game on Salina Post, and Salina Post is giving you some problems. It's time for an oil change on that website, so go to YouTube and just search Southeast of Saline football. That'll take you not only to this game, but also archives of games in the past. Just search Southeast of Saline football on YouTube. A run right up the middle by Beloit. will gain about a yard. For the Beloit Trojans, Logan Aerosmith.
Caden Isaacson filling that hole great right there to stalemate the running back at about the line of scrimmage.
2nd down and 9 coming up. The first of 3 straight road games for Southeast of Saline. Next week we'll be in Minneapolis. 2 weeks from tonight we'll be in Halstead. 2nd down and 9. Beloit jailbreak on the huddle. They'll come to the line of scrimmage now trying to knife their way through. And a big pile once again across the 40 to about the 42. Boy, Logan Aerosmith just kept those legs moving and was able to get to the 42-yard line on a gain of 4.
And that was his knee went down about the 40, ball maybe about the 40 and a half, 41. A great spot right there, but a great job by Aerosmith to continue moving his feet.
3rd down and 6 for Beloit from their own 42-yard line. Little play-action run this time on the rollout by Quinn Eilert. He's going to be very close to the 1st down and have it maybe by a yard. And now they're going to say Wyatt Boyd and Eilert, who went down after they went out of bounds. I think they're going to say it's a bad hit on Wyatt Boyd, but those two were tangled up together, and there was no malicious in that, I don't believe. And they're still going to say it's a personal foul on Wyatt Boyd.
Yeah, and they both were kind of went to their knees, and all he did was roll over and still had a hold of him there. So,
well, and that's the case, too. If you're Wyatt Boyd and you let Quinn Eilert go, he ends up in the bench. Safer to go to the ground together, isn't it? I don't know. I always have.
Yeah.
I happen to teeter on the edge of common sense most of the time, I think, when I see stuff like that, but it's whatever.
And a 1st down for Beloit.
So that penalty and the run by Owen Eilert of 8 yards will be beneficial to Beloit. Automatically 1st down, of course, after Eilert got it, but they also get it due to penalty. And now the football at the Southeast of Saline 36-yard line. Here's Beloit trying to run it to the left, and Caden Isaacson says no. The door is not open. Caden Isaacson, Daniel Kerr, both in there. Also Slade Johnson coming from the right-hand side.
2nd down and 10.
And that whole defensive line really blowing up. Josiah Monday down there in the middle is just, he's having to have 2, maybe 3 guys come over and try to stop him, which frees up the middle linebackers to fill the hole as they need to.
Well, after you saw what Josiah Monday did last week, wouldn't you put 2 or 3 guys on him too?
Well, yeah, at least.
He was really incredible. Football sitting just outside of the 35. 7:15 left to go here in the 3rd. Beloit driving with a 2nd down and 10, looking for their first points. T formation here, 3 running backs. Eilert turns. Now he wants to throw. Trying to step up. He has some space to the left. He'll be inside the 30 and breaks a tackle to get it inside the 25-yard line. Nice job there by Quinn Eilert as he rolled out and was able to get some space here for the Beloit Trojans. He will be spotted down, running out of bounds at the 23-yard line. That's a gain to 13.
We saw him drop back to pass in the first half and do about the exact same thing to step up. It's almost like the pass rush is overrunning him. Plenty of pressure right there, but just kind of overrunning the outsides and allowing the middle of the field just open wide up.
Looks like they're having some trouble with the chains over on the far side.
Looks like some trouble over there on the chain gang.
Just said that. A couple of score updates for you from the Bennington State Bank scoreboard. Abilene still over Concordia 14-8. Clay Center 17-0 over Chapman. Wamego leading Marysville 14-0 at halftime. NCKL is going to be interesting this year, I think. Here is Logan Aerosmith coming to the left-hand side. Went to cut inside, then saw a defender, bounced it out, and he will be all the way down to the 15-yard line now as Beloit in the red zone for the first time. Gain of 7 by Aerosmith.
And once again, it almost looks like they're getting, I don't want to say too much pressure in the backfield, but it's like the head's not up and they're overrunning the running back with the ball, allowing them to get through.
Ball sitting now on the 16-yard line. 2nd down and about 3 after that gain of 7. Boy, with some momentum here in this 3rd quarter. Backs in the T formation, inside handoff, Aerosmith, and he is going to be caught by the safety, Luke Gebhardt, at the 6-yard line as he busts through the line of scrimmage for a gain of 9.
That's going to be another Beloit 1st down and goal.
1st and goal now for the Beloit Trojans. 56 yards for Logan Aerosmith.
And Beloit just chewing up clock as behind 30-0. Really a team that runs this style of offense, not built to come back from a deep hole.
Let's say the ball's on the 7 where it's 1st and goal. Backs in the tee once again. They go back to Logan Aerosmith. He goes off the right-hand guard, then bounces it out with the tackle lead blocking, and he'll get 1 on the play.
Yeah, generous 1 at that. A great job once again by all 7, the front 4, and then the 3 backers right there. Great job by Southeast. Really going to have to buckle down right here to keep them out of the end zone.
$57 yards so far on 18 carries for Logan Aerosmith. As you said, 30-0 Southeast of Saline. 2nd down and goal here for Beloit, just outside of the 5-yard line. Here's Aerosmith again. He's going to spin off a Southeast of Saline defender and get in the end zone for the first time. A gain of 6. And on the 19th carry of the night, Logan Aerosmith has a touchdown for the Beloit Trojans.
And a tough, once again, penalties negated that drive. Only 1, but it was a big one as they had a stop on 2nd down. It would have been 3rd and short, and we've seen the Southeast defense play great 3rd down defense, so penalty really hurts you really bad right there.
Going for 2, backs in the tee once again. Little play action run by Quinn Eilert, and he will be destroyed by Caden Isaacson. 2-point conversion, no good. And our score remains 30-6. Southeast of Saline leading the Beloit Trojans. 5:15 left to go here, 3rd quarter. Back with the Trojan possession. So far, 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns, 1 for each team here on KINA.
Troublesome car repair and everyone has told you it cannot be fixed or it's way too expensive? Try McKim Auto Service and quick, dependable work and provide the lowest hourly rate in the area. McKim Auto will service your vehicle from front to back and everything in between. They treat you and your car like a friend or even family. McKim Service specializes in engine and transmission rebuild. 701 Maple, Gypsum, Kansas. Wouldn't trust anyone else with my family car. So, if your repair seems grim, remember McKim. Give them a call today to make your appointment.
You are listening to Southeast Trojan Football on KINA Sports.
30-6 is our score. Beloit is on the board after about 2.5 quarters of play. 5:15 left to go here in this 3rd quarter. And Beloit has put their first touchdown on the board here this evening.
Southeast set to get the ball back here. Is in the ground game, they tried it early, and it was working okay, but as soon as they went to the air, quarterback Luke Gebhardt able to just kind of have a day and find a bunch of different receivers that have made catches. It looks like about 5 receivers now that have made catches this game, a couple with 1, 2, and obviously Jake Gebhardt being his favorite target.
You think they have that twin brother ESPN type of thing going on?
That might be better than, that might be ESPN 8 the Ocho kind of stuff going on.
You're digging deep if you're going to those channels. That is the World Championship of Cornhole, I think, is going on the Ocho. Sometimes you can find a good game there, though. Here is Eilert with an onside kick once again, and that's going to be attacked by Southeast of Saline. Nice job there by the return guys, especially the front line for Southeast.
Looked like Trayton Olson right there.
Nice.
He took 2 steps back, and then he saw the ball and went up and attacked it right there at the 49-yard line.
And that's really the key, because if you come up to the football and there's contact from the coverage team, it's a penalty on them, so you don't ever want to set back on your heels and wait on that football to come to you, because a lot of times it'll take an evil bounce on you.
A great job there by a name we don't call out very often. Does a great job on special teams.
Here is a flank out to the left-hand side. Michael Murray has it at the 50, now to the 43. Try to reverse field there, get back to the middle, and he's going to be taken down about a football shy of the first down sticks, or are we going to get that magical measurement that we've all been holding our breath for? No, they eyeball it and they say move the chains.
Well, I mean, they spotted it where half the football was over the hash mark. They only had to get to the 39-yard line because they had the ball on the 49. So great job right there once again by Gebhardt taking what the defense is allowing him to do.
Here's Southeast again on first down and 10. Ball comes loose, but it's going to be covered up by Nathan Friesen. It'll cost Southeast of Saline, though, about 4 yards.
Yeah, really never got the exchange between Gebhardt and Friesen right there. Really fortunate to take a bounce right back up to him as there was 2 defenders right there.
Here's Gebhardt now, rolling out, drags the defender, now comes back to Allen. Landon Allen gets it in free space. He's back across the line of scrimmage now inside the 35 and brought down at the 31. And that is close to yet another Southeast of Saline first down.
It looks like they're going to mark this one maybe a long half yard short right here.
We're from the 43 to the 32. 11 yards on that play. Landon having a good game. Here's a pass out to Thaxton on the left. Breaks a tackle inside the 30, now inside the 20, and taken down out of bounds over there.
Yeah, and once again, the defender over there on Thaxton, Tyler Harmon, giving a ton of room. You had 3rd and inches right there. He was giving up 10 yards. All Gebhardt wanted to do was get the ball. Didn't even have it by the laces and just pitched it out there. And we've seen Thaxton break tackles all night long, one-on-one out in the open space.
That one goes for 15 yards. This might be Tucker Thaxton's coming out game as the wide receiver for Southeast of Saline. Here's a run now. It's Nathan Friesen right up the middle. And Nathan Friesen's going to go 17 yards for his 3rd touchdown of the night. Friesen again for the Trojans.
Yeah, in the middle of that line, just parted like the Red Sea. A great job there by the 5 up front. Hat on a hat, split the line wide open. Friesen goes untouched from 17 yards out.
Southeast of Saline answers the touchdown they gave up with one of their own. And these two teams having a little bit of an offensive explosion here in this 3rd quarter. Southeast looking over to their sideline, see what they're wanting to do here for the 2-point conversion attempt.
Set up in the swinging gate once again. That seemed to work really well for them tonight.
Landon Allen in the center, Friesen and Luke Gebhardt back behind him. Here comes a rusher. Gebhardt still has it. Now he's going to try to get to the pylon, puts the ball in his left hand, reaches inside, and the official says no. He is short, stepping out of bounds right before the pylon, and that conversion is no good. 3:29 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. 36-6, Southeast of Saline leading here on KINA.
Today is the day. After countless hours of research, cutting back expenses, and 9 months of anxiously waiting for her, today is the day you finally bring home your new car. It's also the day to protect her with an auto policy from Shelter Insurance. Our policies are competitively priced and include new car replacement coverage if anything were to happen to your new baby.
See me, Kelly Kitchener, at our brand new location, 1809 South Ohio in Salina.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline football on KINA.
Back here in Beloit, these two teams have combined for 3 possessions here in this 3rd quarter, and we have 3 touchdowns. Southeast of Saline has 2 of them, and Beloit has 1 of them. 36-6 is our score.
Another update from the Bennington State Bank scoreboard. Abilene scores again, 21-8 over Concordia. It only takes one game and maybe turn some things around, and hopefully Abilene, after snapping that 2.5-year losing streak, able to maybe turn things back around.
That would be good. Wyatt Boyd ready to kick it off once again to this Beloit team. He's going to put more foot into this one. It's going to be just inside the 20. It's a 17, and here comes Beloit on the return. Slips a tackle out to about the 29-yard line, where Beloit will start their 2nd possession of the 2nd half. 3:22 left to go here in the 3rd quarter, and it's 36-6, Southeast of Saline. Grady Gebhardt in on the tackle for Southeast of Saline.
Brother Grady Gebhardt.
Oh, no.
Yes, there is a 4th one. It is younger brother Grady Gebhardt. Is just a freshman this year.
Grady part of the 11-man freshman class. That has some talent in it. There's some freshmen playing special teams. Here's the inside handoff once again for Beloit. Logan Arrowsmith just getting beat around, and he is going to have maybe a half a yard.
Yeah, that and the offensive line real slow to get up. Just getting slower and slower to get up after every play, but when you've carried the ball. I don't know how many carries you got for him now, but he's got to be pushing 20.
That was 20.
There you go.
Very good.
Well, we saw here last year that you can correct me on the name from Beloit that had the ball last year that ran it, 17 times just in the first half alone?
Yeah, that was a lot. 2nd down and 10. Here's Eilert now keeping it, looking to stretch that run, and he is going to run right into Mac Chambers, and Chambers breaks him in half right up at the belt line. Talk about a textbook tackle. Mac had his helmet on the side, wrapped him up, drove him back, and the pads were right at the waist level.
Yeah, feet never stopped moving, ran right through quarterback right there, and just a great job by Mac Chambers, who, like you said, had his coming out party about halfway through the year and hasn't stopped him since going into this year.
If you're building a defense and you're running a 4-4, wouldn't you say, I'll take 2 Caden Isaacsons, I'll take 2 Mac Chambers? I mean, that is your prototypical. You look up linebacker in the dictionary, it's those guys.
Yeah, play like their hair's on fire every play.
And they're going like 20 years back. They're wearing cowboy collars. Have you noticed that? Here is another run off the left-hand side, and there again is that linebacking core. This time, though, they brought with them Cameron Whitty, Wyatt Boyd, and also Landon Allen. Trevor Keller in there as well.
Yeah.
So half of the Trojan defense. And another no gain on the play.
Yeah, when I'm down there on the sideline and notice they were wearing them old school cowboy colors, it just adds some ferociousness in your eyes.
You look up the old school linebackers, man. Bosworth, Junior Seau, people like that. Oh, no, here's a high snap. And Logan Aerosmith is going to have to go back and get it. And then he turns and gets the punt off, does a really good job improvising on the run. And this ball's going to roll down to the 47-yard line for Southeast of Saline. So the Trojans from Southeast will have it at midfield with 69 seconds left to go here in the third quarter.
Yeah, and Cameron Whitty right there wouldn't have tripped over his own shoelaces. I think he saw the ball on the ground and got head in front of his feet right there and kind of fell. He probably would have made the tackle, let alone not let him get the kickoff.
So Southeast will take over here at their own 47. They are 2 for 2 on drives. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns here so far in this third quarter. They lead 36-6. Luke Gebhardt takes the snap, flank out left-hand side. Tucker Thaxton has it. He gets a block from Michael Murray, has a first down, and then brought down at the 40-yard line. Boy, he is lightning fast when he gets the football, isn't he?
Yeah, just in open space, just does a great job. And once again, when you're going to give that much space, throw another guy over there. Usually he's one-on-one on that side. That time Murray over there able to pick him up and was able to get 14, 15 yards on that play.
Tucker Thaxton is having a really good second half. Pistol formation, fake to Friesen. They come out right-hand side to Murray, and Jake Gebhardt could not get his guy. Logan Aerosmith blocked. There's actually 2 Beloit Trojans was there, and Murray's going to pay for it. He takes a hit, face mask to face mask, and they hold Michael Murray to a gain of 1.
Yeah, Jake, first one to go over there, and I won't let that happen again. It's dangerous when you miss that lead block right there on a swing pass.
5 catches, 62 yards, and for Michael Murray. Big play for him in the first quarter that set up a touchdown. Here's Gebhardt off his back foot. It should have been intercepted by Beloit. Looking for Thaxton down the middle of the field. Luke Gebhardt threw off his back foot, and that one should have been intercepted.
Yeah, I think if Luke had just a half second more time able to plant and throw it, Thaxton had the middle of the field beat, but that was just underthrown by Luke Gebhardt, and should, like you said, should have been picked off, but no harm, no foul. Bring up third down.
22 seconds left to go here in the third. It's 3rd down and 10 for Southeast of Saline. Now 9.5. Gebhardt takes the snap, looks to his left, and is going to take off and run. He's into the linebacker level, now into the secondary. Has a first down for Southeast of Saline, takes it driving inside of the 25, and he'll have it to the 22 on a gain of 18.
And what a play call right there by this Southeast Saline coaching staff. Just a great job. Spread them out. You've been throwing it all over the yard all night long. They spread everybody out. Everybody goes wide. Linebackers drop deep. Gebhardt takes it right up the middle.
Let's take a 60-second timeout. We're at the end of the third quarter. 36-6 is our score. Southeast of Saline leading Beloit here on KINA.
The Southeast of Saline School District has a long-standing reputation for excellence. This excellence in public education has been a source of great pride and one of the factors contributing to the quality of life in our community. The Southeast of Saline Education Foundation works in partnership with the USD 306 School District and the community that it serves to maximize student potential, thereby creating a lasting legacy, not only for our children, but for our community. The Southeast of Saline Education Foundation salutes the Trojans sports program.
It's third down and 8 for the Trojans. They really need to make the right call here.
During the football game, it's crucial to make the right call. And in real estate, one call can bring a positive outcome from your real estate experience. Whether you're looking for real property, upsizing to make room for the family, downsizing, or acquiring investment property, call Winnell Garrettson at SalinaHomes.com.
What a call! Touchdown, Trojans!
Buy or sell, call Winnell.
You're listening to Trojan Football on KINA Sports.
Start of the fourth quarter here on KINA and also on YouTube. Salina Post having some problems tonight, so just go straight to YouTube and type in a search for Southeast of Saline football if you're not already watching. Glad you could do that. It's presented by Salina Ortho. 36-6 is our score. Southeast of Saline leads it by 30. Trojans have the football. They are at the 24-yard line as we start the fourth quarter. Pistol formation. Gebhardt fakes the handoff to Friesen. Rolls out right-hand side. Landon Allen has it on that crossing route, dragging his defender across the field. And Allen will have the first down as he steps out of bounds at the 10.
Yeah, he knew right where the first down stick was. Kind of was going running towards the out of bounds. Put on the afterburner just a little bit to gain the first down. And looks like they're going to mark it just outside the 10 is now. Well, that's got to be just outside the 10 if they're setting the sticks.
They're saying Southeast can get a first down at the 2-inch line, I think. Having trouble with those chains again. There's a technical school here in town that maybe they should start a chain school where you can go and learn how to measure properly and whatnot. What a beautiful moon peering over Trojan Stadium here. Got a little uncomfortable there at halftime. That moon was coming up over the horizon. It was Beloit Trojan orange. But Southeast of Saline at halftime already had a 22-0 score. So they were comfortably out in front. Still working here in the second half. Here's Gebhardt, fake handoff. Luke's going to take it right up the middle of the field into the linebacker level, and he's going to make it to the 5-yard line on a gain of 6.
Yeah, he picked up offensive lineman. I couldn't tell who that was right there. We're very far away, but a great job by picking up one block and just kind of latched onto the back of him and pushed him forward about another 2 yards.
About second and 4.5.
47 yards on 7 carries for Luke Gebhardt. Second down and 5. Ball sitting on the 5. But it is not. Second down and goal. Pistol formation. 3 wide receivers. They have Allen and Ty. Friesen directly behind Luke Gebhardt, who will turn around and say something to Nathan Friesen. Hand off to Friesen. Counter on the right, and he will run it in for his 4th touchdown of the night. Nathan Friesen has 10 carries and 4 touchdowns. This one comes from 5 yards away.
Yeah, if you were going to tell me that 40% of your carries were going to end up in touchdowns, I'd take that all night long. And once again, a great job right there by the offensive line. Making wholesale substitutions here. Are we going to try to get the almighty extra point kicked right now?
Wyatt Boyd is capable. He was 6 of 7 on extra points last year when they did decide to kick them.
That's exactly what they're doing.
Why not? You may need it at some point. I mean, Southeast was also like 70% on 2-point conversion success last year.
And that's on a lot of 2-point conversions.
This is going to be interesting because that wind is blowing pretty good left to right. So they will put the snap down. Wyatt Boyd's kick is up, and he drills it. Wyatt Boyd on the extra point. It is good with 11:01 left to go. Southeast of Saline takes a 43-6 lead as you listen to it right here on KINA.
Are you looking for a local brokerage firm to help with your Medicare, life insurance, and annuities? L&L Advisors is the #1 local Medicare supplement and insurance specialist. Medicare can be confusing. Let the experts at L&L Advisors help make sense of it. Stop by one of 3 locations in Salina or McPherson and speak to an agent about the needs of your family. L&L Advisors, main office
us at 717 Roach right off Crawford and their second location in the Central Mall in Salina and a new location in McPherson based on honesty and trust. Contact L&L Advisors today.
You're listening to Trojan Football on KINA Sports.
Wyatt Boyd drills an extra point with that wind and everything, and it comes after Nathan Friesen's fourth rushing touchdown of the night. 40% of the time tonight when Nathan Friesen touches the ball, Russ, he scores a touchdown.
Yeah, that's incredible numbers when you say it out loud.
He's also been the fortunate carrier of a lot of footballs inside the 10-yard line once the Southeast offense gets down there. So there's the kickoff by Wyatt Boyd. It'll land at the 20, and Beloit brings it back to about the 32, where they will start another possession.
That looked up here to be Trayton Olson again, the first one down there, making a great open field tackle right there.
2-yard line, brought down by Olson. Beloit first down.
Good call.
32. 10:55 remaining in the fourth quarter.
So Beloit will start out here at their own 32-yard line. Just under 11 minutes left to go. Southeast putting on a dominant performance so far in this game. Here's Beloit sticking with the run. Era Smith in the middle of the field, and he is tattooed and taken down by Caden Isaacson. If you're Mac Chambers and you're Isaacson, you have that linebacker mentality. Don't you just love a game like this? Like, you're going to be in there hitting somebody on almost every play.
Yeah, I mean, they literally are a part of almost every tackle. And down there on the sideline before the end of the first half, they're just the look in their eyes when they were waiting to go back on defense. When Mac came out off the offensive line, they just looked at each other like, can we go play some more defense and hit somebody now?
I mean, it's got to be fun. Second down and 10 after no gain there for Beloit. Backs in a T this time, all in a row. Looks like maybe a little bit of miscommunication there for Beloit, and they're going to lose the yard as Quinn Eilert looked for somebody to hand it to, and nobody took it.
Quarterback keeper brought down by Cameron Whitty. No gain from
Yeah, Whitty, a great job right there reading that one and coming up. And let's give a shout out to the front three as well. Taking up all the offensive linemen between the three of them and allowing these middle linebackers to come up and make the tackles.
They've been rotating a little bit, but most of the night it's been Josiah Monday in the middle, Trevor Keller, Slade Johnson on the ends.
Hey.
Jace Fitton Hamburger's been in there most of the time, along with Isaacson, Chambers.
And the three that are out there now, they're seeing their first starting varsity action last week against Rock Creek.
Cameron Whitty has been good. He moves around on that end spot. Here is Eilert. Speaking of Cameron Whitty, he's going to come in and take the quarterback for a loss of 2 on the play. Whitty read that one perfectly. As I was looking at him talking about how he is moving around, he moved from right to left on the defensive line that time and read that play beautifully.
Trevor Keller up off the pile as well.
Yeah, it looks like Beloit's going to bring in the punt team once again.
You know, we talked about it, and we'll probably talk about it almost every game this year, but these are guys, the names that we're saying right now, they played quite a bit last year on a very, very good team. They were either in substitute mode, transferring in and just shuffling in during the game, or playing because of injury, or playing because of blowout.
Yeah, and that Chambers name's not going anywhere because Brody Chambers here coming in playing on the punt return formation up front.
Brody is a big man.
Yes.
He's a big young man. Here is Arrow Smith back with a punt. He's going to line drive this one back to Daniel Kerr, fields it at the 39. He'll angle to the right-hand side. Kerr now cuts it back in. There's a flag on the play as Kerr crosses the 50. Danny's still on his feet, and he's going to get to the 38-yard line. But the flag on the play back here about midfield. We will check as the Trojans will take over with 8:12 left on the clock.
And that flag landed at 46-yard line on the far side closest to us, and it came from the 40-yard line on the other side of the 50. And they're going to call a block in the back. The ref standing right there where the block in the back happened did not throw a flag, but he had the stadium lights in his eyes when he turned around.
Very bright.
You go back to the wind on that extra point. From this side that we're on the home side of the stands to the southeast side over there, it is every bit of 25 degrees cooler on that side of the field. That is how hard the wind is blowing down on the field.
You said that allegedly there were people with sweaters and sweatshirts
and blankets. Yeah, I almost went up there and sat with them. I think I went down there too early at the end of the first half.
Oh, boy. It is a different world over here. I mean, we are not getting any breeze. It's just we're on the concrete grandstands that soak up that sun all day long.
I mean, you would think it's perfect sitting where we're at.
Pretty good, actually, yeah. Getting, a different perspective over here. It's like Daniel Kerr is trying to get his receivers lined up here on the right-hand side as he has come in now. He will run the read option. Now sprint out to the left. This looks familiar from last week. And Daniel Kerr will bring it out to the 42-yard line where he has ran out of bounds after a gain of 8.
Yeah, have Evan Watkins in there at wide out. It also appears Jace Van Amberg maybe is out there. Got wide receiver.
Okay, yeah.
Tucker Thaxton.
Evan Watkins looks like he's out there.
Like you got Little Gebhardt playing running back now.
Grady.
Couldn't remember his first name. I just call him Little One.
Now we have Luke, brother Gebhardt,
and Little
Gebhardt. Grady will take the carry here. Gets hit it behind the line of scrimmage. Third effort, he still worked back forward progress to the line of scrimmage and never went down as he has his first varsity carry. And it's a 3rd down and 2 coming up for Southeast.
And that was a loss of 1 yard, but that was a great run by Grady right there. Never kept his feet from moving. Shoulder pads squaring down, kept his feet moving, and he broke one tackle. And if he could have broke that second one, look out.
3 wide receivers now to the right-hand side for a 3rd and 3. Ball sitting at the 41. Gebhardt to the right-hand side of Daniel Kerr. Kerr fakes the handoff, plunges ahead, and uses that surge to get the first down. He is just shy of the 45-yard line, but he gains 4, and that will be enough for a Southeast of Saline first down and keep that clock moving with 7:15 left to go.
And we saw Kerr come in last week, like you said, and Gebhardt went out with cramping in his legs, and first 3 carries of the game, he takes 3 carries and goes 48 yards for a touchdown.
Yeah, it was a spark in that game where Southeast needed a score. They never trailed in that game, but they needed a score. First down and 10 now for Southeast of Saline. A lot of new guys along that offensive line too.
Yeah.
Daniel Kerr turns, gives it to Gebhardt. Grady will surge ahead for a yard.
Speaking of offensive linemen, that one right there, number 75, Brody Chambers, was a pulling guard on that and absolutely cleaned that one out right there. It also looks like we got a 51 out there, and I don't have a 51 on my roster, so.
I don't either. We'll have to clean that up. It's like Brenton Heller is out there. Coach Gebhardt's pretty excited about him. Gebhardt now moves to the right-hand side of Daniel Kerr. They still have 3 wide receivers on the right. Kerr, that read option again, takes it straight ahead, and he'll gain about 3 yards. 3rd down and 6 coming up.
16 on the carry.
Daniel Kerr, 3 carries, 15 yards.
Gain of about 2, 3rd down and 7.
Football sitting at the 47-yard line. 3rd down and 7 coming up. Of course, Southeast taking their time here, trying to milk this clock down and get out of here with a win, move to 2-0 on the season. 5:25 left to go. Gebhardt moves to the pistol formation behind Daniel Kerr. Grady will take the pitch, right-hand side. Plants that foot back, now comes back against the grain, runs over a Beloit linebacker, and another Beloit defensive player had him from behind, and Gebhardt will get about 4 yards on this play, and it'll bring up 4th down and 3. So Grady Gebhardt, 3 carries, 5 yards, and an aggressive run there with a 4th and 3 coming up. He moves the football into Beloit territory at the 49-yard line.
Yeah, great run right there by Gebhardt up the middle. Never stopped them legs from turning.
4th down and 3 coming up. Beloit jumps off sides, and they will give Southeast of Saline a free first down. That will keep the drive alive for the Southeast Trojans. Wow. Chance to get off the field here for the Beloit Trojans, and they gift wrap a first down for Southeast of Saline. So that'll move the chains and move the football. Line of scrimmage now at the 44.
Real quick. 8, 6, 8, 4, 3, 4, 0. That's 8, 6, 8, 4, 3, 4, 0. The total amount was $560.
Southeast letting the clock run down here. Russ is going to make his way down to the field and talk with head coach Mitch Gebhardt after the game. First down and 10 for Southeast of Saline. Ball at the 38-yard line. 44-yard line. Here's the give to Grady. He's going to counter. Gebhardt out to the right-hand side. A penalty flag in the backfield for Southeast of Saline. And we'll check the penalty flag. Gebhardt got to the 40-yard line. It looks like we're going to come back here.
Jim Johnson was our ticket winner, but he donated it back to the Stuco. Thank you, Jim.
Yeah, I couldn't quite get the number on that, on who. It was 75, Pearsby Chambers may have gotten that hold on the pole.
Well, he pancaked the defender is what happened. And I don't know that it was illegal. It just looked bad.
yeah, you're right. And we saw that in the first half, too, where extra point got called back because one of the offensive linemen ran his guy all the way into the end zone on a pass play.
So Southeast of Saline will put it in reverse here. They will go back to their own 42-yard line. Clock continues to run. We're inside 4 minutes now left to go. 3:59 here in the fourth quarter. We'll remind you to keep it tuned right here to post-game. Brought to you by Commercial Tire Centers. We'll have a conversation with Mitch Gebhardt, also a Vernon Jewelers Gym of the Game. And get you ready for next week, a road trip to Minneapolis. Daniel Kerr will send a guy in motion here. A little handoff in the belly and a good run off the right-hand side for Southeast of Saline. Looks like it's going to be a gain of about 7.
Yeah, I don't have a roster with me. That was number 10 for Southeast.
Number 10 on the carry.
Now, why would you not take a roster, Russ?
Because I got you, Devin.
Well, ironically, 10 is not on the roster either. Got some issues to clean up here.
See if I can find out down here on who number 10 is.
Okay. So gain of 7. I would love to give him credit. Here's the give to Grady Gebhardt. He is going to spin his way out of a tackle, then across the line of scrimmage. He got hit a yard deep in the backfield and still ends up getting a gain of about 3.5.
Brendan Purvis and Brody Schroeder bring down the runner.
Southeast now to the 48-yard line. Third down.
Grady Gebhardt was the runner.
And about 15. Here's the fake to Gebhardt. Keeping it this time. On the quarterback keeper to the right-hand side is freshman Gannon Jacobson.
Gannon Jacobson on the carry.
So
I got clarification on our number 10 down here.
Okay.
It is Kenyon Douglas.
Okay.
4th and 8 or a long 9 for Southeast.
So 4th and 9 for Southeast of Saline. At the 43-yard line. Clock continues to roll. 1:43 left to go here in this one. Here's a snap back to Jacobson. He'll pitch it out to Gebhardt. He dips inside, now wants to stretch it out, looking for those first down sticks, and he's going to have it. And his biggest cheerleader on that sideline is Jake Gebhardt, who's jumping up and down, rooting on his brother, who's going to move that one all the way down inside the 35 to the 34-yard line.
Yeah, Devin, every time Grady gets the ball, this sideline kind of erupts like they're waiting for him to break one free.
Oh, now they're going to say he did not get the first down. Boy, I thought he did. I'm a long ways away, though.
Yeah, and I'm on the other end of the field, so.
Another big carry there for Grady Gebhardt. Southeast of Saline's going to turn it over on downs by just a football, as they did not quite get that first down, and now Beloit's going to come out at their own 33, first down and 10 with 88 seconds left to go.
And, Devin, I can verify there is a lot more blankets out in the second half over here.
It's 70 degrees.
Not down here.
First down and 10. Beloit is taking a really long time over here to take the change of possession. Southeast is going to take advantage of that and get some guys in. Not sure what the holdup is over here on the Beloit sideline, but they're going to take a timeout, as I would think there should have been a delay of game there. We'll take it as well. Short timeout here. It's 30 seconds. Back with more Trojan football here on KINA.
Whether on the field, court, or in the operating room, experience matters. A coach loves an experienced team just like a patient values an experienced doctor. Saline Ortho has ABOS board-certified physicians with over 40 years of orthopedic service. If you need help staying active or just want to discuss options regarding the newest techniques and services and specialties that Saline Ortho provides, see one of our trusted physicians or visit salineortho.com. Saline Ortho, your voice, your choice, past, present, and future.
You are listening to Southeast Trojan football on KINA Sports.
Back here in Beloit to round this one out. About 88 seconds left to go here in this contest. It's week number 2. Southeast looking to move to 2-0 before they go on the road to take on the Minneapolis Lions next Friday night. Beloit with the football. Inside handoff. This will go nowhere. Southeast of Saline's defenders in there to keep that run at no gain. Again, we announced it earlier, but if you missed it, no reason not to come out to the stadium in Minneapolis next week. It will be a Bennington State Bank type of night, as Bennington State Bank will pay admission for all of those in attendance, whether you're rooting for Southeast of Saline or the Minneapolis Lions. The ticket is on Bennington State Bank. They're your local hometown bank, member FDIC, and they are a proud supporter of area athletics, so no reason to not come out to the stadium next week in Minneapolis. Another carry here by Beloit. That doesn't go anywhere as Southeast of Saline's defense continues to play well here, closing this one out.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to which team is in there. They're able to stop the run up front, as now you got wholesale changes in on this defense.
Clock continuing to run, down to 22 seconds. Maybe one more play here by the Beloit Trojans before we start postgame. 410 yards of offense for Southeast of Saline tonight. They had 466 last week against Rock Creek. There's the give again. Beloit will get a couple of yards on this one, and that will do it here from Beloit Trojan Stadium. Our final score, 43-6. Southeast of Saline wins against the Beloit Trojans. The Southeast of Saline Trojans move to 2-0 on the season, and they will now start to focus on the weekend and the Minneapolis Lions coming up next Friday night. Postgame is here. It's brought to you by Commercial Tire Centers. Whether you're on your next Trojan event or just on a family outing on a Saturday, you want to make sure your tires are up to par and your inflation is where it should be. Nothing causes more tire damage and blowouts more than non-proper inflation. If your tires are low on air, take them by Commercial Tire Center. They'll check them all out for you and make sure you have the right rubber on the road. Commercial Tire Center's postgame show starts now, 43-6. Southeast of Saline wins it here on KINA.
Summer